Hello. Welcome to the stream. We are still working on PNGTuber 2.0. Why is my music so fucking loud? Calm down. There we go. It's okay when it's loud for you guys. I don't give a shit. In my ears, too loud. Too loud. I just want ambiance. Ambience? Ambiance? I'm not sure. Doesn't matter, I guess. Anyway, I have a fan going, so my guy might jump when I'm not actually doing things. It is what it is. I'm gonna fix the crown just a tiny, tiny bit. Probably on a new layer. There's a lot of things I gotta do. There's a lot of things that are happening today. Now that I have given it a moment or two to relax off screen, I can look at it with fresher eyeballs. I kind of want to redraw the head entirely, but that's going to be a huge pain in the ass. But I think it might be worth it. It might be worth it. Maybe not redraw, maybe just like shift lower. Just a skosh. Maybe just... It's just not a good size right now. That's one of the things about digital art. You can kind of fix things as you go. As you go. I think that's going to look better. I shouldn't have gotten too married to the inks last time. And that's my bad. That's my B. That's my B. It'd be like that sometimes. But I can fix it, I think. I'll just have to go through and fix the colors. Just a little bit. Where's the Liquify Tool? Where's the Liquify Tool? There you are. Oh, that's the wrong line. I was like, why is this not working? Because it's this one. So yeah, we just gotta fix some stuff. Just gotta fix a couple things. A couple things, and then we'll be good. Then we will be golden. But that's one of the things about good evening, every pony. It's really just us right now. There's no every pony. It's just me and you, Onyx Oblivion. How is Fortnite? I saw they added Gwen Stacy, the Gwen Stacy. Which seems weird because they did a Spider-Man thing a while ago and she wasn't a part of it, I guess. I don't know how she was not one of the like first people you put into a Spider-Man thing, but sure. Oh yeah, this head shape looks much better. Much better. Now I just need to fix all the colors. But the nice thing about this is that the hair is on its own layer. I might just redo this. I think that's just what's going to happen. It's just going to get redone. Including the base. But that's easy enough to fix. It's easy enough to fix. Expand selected area. There we go. Much better. And then the only thing really I have to do is fix the hair. I love you, Koost. Gwen looks really good, but I won't get her for a month or so. Oh, do you have to like earn her? You can't just buy her? I guess you can just buy her, but you're choosing not to, is my understanding. Hello. We fixed what was bothering me yesterday about the head. I'm also going to get rid of the crown real quick because I know what I'm doing with it now. I know where it's going to go. So I will fix that. Yellow. I let it sit down for a couple days, a day or two. A day. It was just one day. I don't know why I'm saying it's a day or two. I let it sit, and now I can fix it. Now I can fix it. Let's shrink the face thing. Let's get rid of the eye sketch, because I already did it. And that's the hair. Okay. So we just gotta recolor the hair, which is easy enough. That's why we keep things on separate layers, so that things like this are easy. So it's on the eyebrow layer. What is this color from? Is it on the arm layer? It might be. Where is this from? I'm not sure. What layer is that? It's on color. Oh, it must be on the clothes somewhere. Must be on the clothes somewhere. Yep, it's on the same layer as the shirt. So we're just gonna delete that. We gotta keep things much more organized than we have been. That's all. That's all. Alright, so that looks way better, in my humble opinion. My humble onion looks way better. I'll probably move the mouth down just a skosh. Or not down, probably just sideways. Yeah. Yeah. There's a whole nose under there. I don't think it super matters. Kind of like the look of that better. Again, I can always fix it. Alright, so let's go back to the hair. Let's get this hair going. This hairline that I got going on. I think I might want to give him just a bit of hair, like right there. Not hair, so to speak, but like that kind of sideburn thing that people have there. I think that's gonna look better. Yeah, I like that better. That's what art's all about, babies. It's all about making shit up. And deciding that the things you did yesterday for a half hour, no longer worth it. No longer worth keeping around. Okie dokie. Alright, so above the hair, we'll do the crown again. The crown is going to be the same yellow. Done. It's going to be just a little bit bigger. Not bigger. Just closer to the inside. Just draw the same thing 100 times, 1,000 times. I do that. I do in fact do that all the time. I love drawing the same thing over and over again. It rules, frankly. That's how you get good at drawing art. You get really obsessed with something, say, I don't know, a ship of some kind. Inks color. A ship of some kind, perhaps. Not saying what kind, just some kind. And then you get really good at art because you can't stop drawing them. That's much better. Way more into this. Listen. Not judging, just stating. So on the skin, we'll do the scar so that it doesn't go away when I open and close the mouth. No. There we go. On the there, we will do the scar. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. We will also do some highlights directly onto the skin, I think. Probably just right at like the base of the nose. Do I like, I don't really like, look at that. Yeah, I'll do it like right here. Do I like that better? Yeah, I think I do. Right there, I guess, because the mouth isn't going to move from that spot. Just some minor little highlights. Just some little guys. There we go. There we go. I'll do it over the hair as well. Glowing Cactus. Yeah, he's just a little bit of a sheen. Just a bit of a sheen. Oh no, where is that? Where is that texture from? There's definitely an easier way to find texture. It's definitely in the clothes section. There we go. There we go. I found it, so it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. He's not glowing, he's just got a bit of a sheen. You know how succulents have that kind of a vague shininess to them? That's what we got going on. So we got going on. Mostly because I don't want to do like hard shadows. I think it's easier to... There's like a way to make it so that your PNG tuber / VTuber like reflects like the colors on the screen that are actively happening. I kind of want to look into doing that. That way I don't have to do hard shadows. He's just a little damp. He's been spritzed. Spritzed slightly. Okay. Alright, let's do the hair. What is this layout? Oh, I know what it is. I'm gonna make that part of the crown one. Crown. Let's do that. Alright, so let's lock the hair. Hair, air quotes. It's not hair at all. This becomes that color. And then also gets a, like a, just a slight, very slight gradient. Just the smallest bit of gradient in the entire world. And then this gets a slightly different one. Expand selected area. Because this is not a shadow. This is like straight up like an actual color. Like, this is not in shadow. This is not why that color is like that. It is just the actual color of the succulent. Because succulents have like a lot of strange little colors like that. They do. And I like that about them. That's why I picked a succulent as my guy. Also, I just like succulents. I think they're cool. Alright, so then we'll get the purple one. Which really only shows up on the front one. And then we'll do that one extra highlight one at the bottom. Which sometimes goes further. I think it needs to be a little brighter than that. Yeah, that's better. It's just a little spritzed. And then the back one, I think I'm just gonna kinda do another overlay. Expand. I really need to put that expand thing on like a... I can't think of the word. Shortcut. That should be a shortcut at some point, I think. But not today. I want that fancy thing that I keep seeing advertised on fucking Instagram. Have you guys seen that? Where there's like a wheel for your sizes and like it's definitely way too much money. It's like $120 or something, and it's way too much money for what is effectively like a miniature keyboard. But it's got knobs and stuff, and I kind of I wanna deal with knobs. I want knobs on my little guy. I did see that. Yeah, it's cool as hell. I could see how it would be useful. I kind of want it. But also, it's very expensive. It's so much money. It looks like it'll break easily. Yeah, that's what I'm worried about. I'm not super rough with my belongings, so I think I would be okay. I think I would be okay. But still, it's definitely not worth the money that it costs. Okay. The crown, I think, is also going to have the earrings, so I'm going to label that real quick. Just in case I ever want to change the colors on these. Just in case. And I also want to add some shadows, or highlights to the earrings real quick. They don't have to be realistic, they just have to be shiny. There we go. Perfect. Perfect. Alright, so the only things we really have left to do are to color the arms and to add the spikes, which are going to be on their own layer over top of everything. And the spikes, I think I'm only going to do going forward on the ones that are facing you. Does that make sense? Like, let me get to a new layout real quick. I'll give them their own layer right now. Spikes. I could do them right now, I guess. I don't really need to wait. Why is this not capitalizing? There we go. Hello. They're definitely going to be white. Like, I think it's just going to be like this one, and then this one, and then this one maybe on the inside. But like this one, the front of it is behind it, so you wouldn't see the spikes. Plus, I think it's a little too visually distracting when there's spikes there, too. And of course he's going to have them on the arms. I think that's it. I think that's really it. I also changed the way the eyes look off screen. I never finished it though. Let's do that real quick. Let's finish the eyes real quick. So I only did open eyes. I didn't finish the closed eyes. So we'll do closed eyes real quick. Closed. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. So this will be the closed eye. Which will be much thicker. Much thicker. Doesn't have to be perfect because it's not like it's going to be on the screen for that long. It's just a quick blink. Just needs to look okay. So it's okay if it's not the same exact line as it was before. It might be make it look more organic if it's not. There we go. So that's the closed eye. Perfect. He also has a front-facing eyeball. So he can look forward or he can look at the camera. He'll change between expressions, which one he's doing. Okay, I think expressions are basically done then. I do want to add just a skosh to... Just to this, I want to add just a little bit of a highlight to the tongue. Just so it has a little bit of depth. I might add... Yeah, I might add to the open one just a little highlight on the lip. And then when I close it, I might add another highlight to the lip on the skin, just so there's a bit of consistency there. Perfect. Perfect. Alright, save real quick. Let's do that arm before I forget. I'm also going to close out most of these. Alright, so we'll do the right arm first. Let's see that face. Da, 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 da. We'll add a little bit of that purple texture. And we'll add a couple freckles. We're not focused too much on this one because this one's only going to be open while I'm talking. So I don't super give a shit about it. Let's do this. Little gold cuffs. Let's get the highlight color so it's consistent. There we go. There we go. Perfect. Alright. When the gloves are the same color, let's get the G pen real quick. So it's a nice easy one. We don't have a whole lot to do to make it work. Again, eventually there will be a 3.0, I'm sure. For right now, this is what we got. Alright, the only thing I have to do on the arm right here is make sure there is spikes that are unique to this particular arm shape. So we gotta do those real quick. That's a little too long for me. I don't like them quite that length. Figuring out exactly what I want these to look like is fun. Okay. And they're not super noticeable, but they are there. Let's get these ones done real quick. So a little bit of skanky boy arm shapes. Arm spikes. Makes them look like a real dirtbag. Alright, they're going to be a little bit thicker on the actual cactus part. I might just copy and paste one that has a little bit of extra tapering to it. Yeah, like something like that. Just a little prickly. He's just a little prickly. Looks very inorganic. I don't like the way that looks. I think it looks shitty. I also have... Where are you? There we go. I found it. It's gone now. Yeah, I didn't like the look of that. Okay, so we're just going to use it, our regular pen. Do I want to use the pixel pen? So it's a little bit sharper? Oh yeah, I do. There we go. He's just a little prickly. Just a little bit prickly. That one's way too long. Way too long. Also way too long. Also way too long. So yeah, I don't think this under one's going to have it at all. It's just going to be on the top one. You just kind of have to follow like the flow. Yeah, that looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. There's a couple more than there used to be on the old. Whoa, did not mean to open that. There's a couple more than there used to be on the old one, but it doesn't super matter. It might be a little cluttered. I might get rid of a couple just to make them a little less. It's a little less. A little less cluttered. There we go. I think that looks better. Let's get, just real quick, some of the little yellowy doodads that float here. I don't really know what those are, but I have them. So don't worry about those. They're just fancy. Okay, so that arm is done. Let's do this one. He gets that guy real quick, and then he gets these guys real quick. And he's gonna get just a bit of texture, just a skosh, and then a couple freckles. I don't really care if they're in the same place as the other one. I'm not super worried about it. And he does not get, let's delete some of this nonsense real quick. He does not get, trying to think of the way to phrase it. He doesn't get like a highlight on that one. Okay, I think that's pretty good. I'm gonna go into the clothes now and do some highlights. Just on the clothes, specifically the jacket. Because it is kind of supposed to be like a little shiny. It's got a bit of a sheen to it. It's not like a denim jacket. After we wrap this up, I'll just draw something else. I just wanted to finish this tonight, and I figured it would be easier if I could do it on stream. I think that's basically all we gotta do. So it's time to do some line art color. Sparkle Wizard Cactus. He's not a wizard. I will say that. I did decide he wasn't a wizard. He has no magic powers. He is just a prince from outer space who sucks. He sucks a lot, but he has no magical ability. Maybe his crown does, and he just doesn't know how to do anything with it. That's a possibility, I guess. But I don't want to be a wizard. I'm a rogue. Like, if he was in a fictional world, he would be a rogue. The cactus wore denim. He does wear denim as pants. Like, he has denim. It's pants. It's just pants, baby. Alright, let's do some color here. I don't know if I'm going to keep this. I don't know if I like this. Maybe. I don't know. I'm not sure. No, I think I want that to remain black. I think that's too much. Get that done. I do want these to be blue, though, just to soften them up a little bit. Just to soften them up a little bit. Makes it a little bit less harsh to look at. Like, it's not super noticeable, but there is a slight difference. Let's make that a little bluer. It's a bit bluer. There we go. Alright. Let's go into... Where is the face? Let's lock that real quick. Let's open that. Do that real quick. Let's find out where I'm putting keeping the nose. I think it's on the mouth. It is. Alright, so the nose has to get a little bit color as well. Alright. I think that's basically it. I think that's basically it. So now I just have to go through and save it as PNGs with no background, with the correct open and shut and all that jazz. So let's do that real fast. And by real fast, I mean I have to do a lot of layers. Alright. We'll do the arm up front first. So let's open the body, the face I mean. There's a lot to keep track of. Alright, so this one he'll have to look at the screen because his arms are down. Greetings! We are finishing up my PNG tuber going forward. So I have to save this as. Alright. Open. Oh, no, his mouth should be closed. That's right. His mouth should be closed. If he's looking at the screen. Alright, so this is mouth closed, open, eyes. And then we'll close his eyes. Mouth closed, closed eyes. I've gone wild with art ideas. Fun! I love going wild with art ideas. And we will swap those real quick. Alright, let's open his mouth. And swap the arms. So that's really the big thing. Alright, so mouth open. Open eyes. I might fuck around and release the fan game this week. Nice. When does the finale come out? That might be the time to do it. And then we have to close the mouth. No, we have to open we have to close the eyes. That's what we gotta do. Mouth open, closed eyes. Perfect. Alright, now we have to test it. So we have to go into this program. Haha. I wonder if I can make that like the focus. Let me test something real quick. Let's go to chatting, I guess. Perfect. Okay. Create state. Okay. So this is closed. Oh, the files are too big. Give me a second. I'm just going to open them up individually and change the size. Ba-ba-bum. So there are 4 of them. Perfect. I think that resolution has to be like, maybe like, what did it say? What did it say? Cannot exceed 2048. Perfect. Okay. That is exactly. We're just going to go for width 240. 2040. Edit. Image resolution. Sorry, this is boring. This is the part that sucks. But eventually you'll be able to see my new guy. That's the fantasy. In real time. In real time you'll be able to see the guy. 2.0. Alrighty. He is large and he is in charge. He needs to be less large. I will say this. He needs to be less large. Closed mouth and blinking. You can see it's already hopping between things. Closed mouth and blinking. Where is the other one? Haha. Sorry, he's very jittery. Give me a minute. I'm going to turn off my fan so it's not doing it quite as much. Shush. So you see he blinks really well. But we still have to upload the talking one. So this is mouth open, eyes open. Mouth open, eyes open. And then mouth open, eyes closed. Haha! See? Now we got our guy. He looks great. He lifts up his hand when he speaks. Oh no, he doesn't look at the camera. Fuck. Fuck! Give me a second. He's not doing the thing I wanted him to do. The exact thing I wanted him to do was to look at the camera when he speaks. That's why he has a second thing of eyeballs there. He speaks with his whole arm. He does. I do. I'm also very arm focused when I talk. Where is this fucking file? Where is it? Did I... Oh, there he is. There he is. Oopsies. Oopsie doodles. That was the whole reason. Alright, so this is going to be... It's the speaking one that needs to be changed, so... But this looks pretty good so far. That was very proof of concept. He looks great. He looks very good, but he's not looking the correct direction. Alright, so we'll do the closed mouth first. The closed mouth is fine. It's just the open eyes needs to be fixed. And we will change the resolution to 2040. And that is mouth open, eyes open. Mouth open, open eyes. That's how I saved it. I know I failed to write it. Give me a second. Alright. Yes, I do want to replace it. Let's try this again. Let's try this again. Hello. Ha 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 ha! See? Now he's gonna look at you guys when he speaks. Ha ha ha! Like he's paying attention to you. Oh, it's a little jittery. It's a little jittery. I kind of like it though. It's fine. It's fine. Anyway, that's version 2.0. Look at him. Look at him. He's so much more, he has a lot more character. He's got a lot more dynamic appearance. He's very cute. He looks really good. And this is the program that I use. I think it's pronounced VidoTube. It's VADO Tube Mini specifically. I guess there's going to be a non-mini version. I think the mini version is the only version that exists presently. So yeah, that's version 2.0. This is version 1. It's still in there. I can still use it if I wanted to. I'm not going to. And then here's version 2.0. He's self-aware. He's looking. He knows. He can see you. He's been here the whole time. Well, I will decide if I like that the arm jumps up when he talks. I might redraw it. That's the nice thing about keeping it on its own layer, is that I can change that if I don't like it. I kind of do like it, at least for right now. But yeah, now he bounces around. He can speak. He can see. He knows all. He sees all. Aha! Ha ha! This might work better. Oh, he's bouncing too much. Calm down. Oh, my chair is making noises. I was like, I'm not even talking. It's because I'm squeaking my chair. He acknowledges your existence. Yeah, he fucking does. Yeah, woo, he's a little bouncy. I kind of like it, though. Again, if it pisses me off, I might change the eye back to what it was before. Because that's really the jittery part that's kind of weird. I don't know. We'll see how I feel about the arm and the eyeball thing. The arm might go away. I haven't decided. I kind of like it, but if it becomes distracting or like inconvenient, I might just make it go away. It might just go away, and it'll just be like the lower down arm the whole time. Do I want to test that real quick? Maybe. Does he blink in a set time frame, or is it triggered by something? The program itself handles the blink. I don't have anything to do with that. If I didn't want him to blink, I could just not have him blink by not adding that file. But I like the blink. It makes it look a lot more lively. Yeah, I don't like how his eyes keep darting back and forth like that. I kind of hate it. I kind of hate it, besties. I don't like it. It makes it look a little jittery. I think I'm just gonna have to go with the forward-facing eye. I don't like it. Let's go back to... Where are the eyes? Where are the eyes? They're there. Do I want him just looking at you all the time? Maybe that's the solution. Maybe that's the solution. Yeah, I think I like when the eye shape when he's talking to you better. I don't know. I'm gonna keep it for right now. I think that's... I really hate it. I do kind of hate it. I think I'm gonna have him... No, none can hide. Well, yeah. I think it would be better if my microphone didn't constantly like, you could see, like, if there's even like a half second of no noise coming from my mouth, it jitters between. And I don't like that as much. It's great otherwise. Like, if it would just recognize that I'm speaking for as long as I'm speaking, it would be fine. But it's not doing that. It's going between rapidly, and it kind of looks a little bit weird. So yeah, if I do, it looks strange. Is there a way to change the mic sensitivity? I don't think that's the only problem. Because sometimes I'll make like clicks with my mouth, like... You can see his eyes just going back and forth. I think he's just going to have to look at the screen the whole time. I think that's really what's going to have to happen. I think that's just what's going to have to happen. I think even when his mouth is closed, that's what's going to happen. Alright, so eyes open, mouth closed. Mouth closed, open eyes. think that's going to be the solution. That way it's not quite as jittery. That way it doesn't look quite as weird. So I'll fix that real quick. I'll upload that. There we go. No? Did that not work? Did I not fix it? Mouth open. No. Nope, I saved it wrong. That's why it didn't work. That's why it didn't work. I saved the wrong file. That was the problem. Ba-ba-bum. So, closed mouth, open eyes. There we go. That looks a lot better, I think. He's no longer... His eyeball is no longer constantly jittering. I think that's much more charming to look at. I think eye movement works in like a VTuber where it tracks your eyeball for real. I don't think it's going to work in a PNG tuber. I do kind of like the arm. I think now that I'm only looking at the arm, I like that a lot more. Yeah, I think this is better. I think this is much more. Much more. I might move the eye, the actual eye itself, so that it's a little bit... let me just fuck with that for just a second. Just a second. So it's not quite as in the corner. But I do like, it's much better the way it is now. Alright, so let's open the mouth. And lift the arm. This is why we're testing things. This is why we are testing things. And that's why you guys are here with me, to test it. So let's close the mouth. And close the thing. Mouth closed, open eyes. Again, sorry this is not entertaining to watch. You're just seeing various little changes. So mouth closed, open eyes. And then mouth open, open eyes. There we go. It's not quite as, it's a little bit. I'm going to change the icon to match too. I think what I'm going to do is draw like an actual icon. There we go. I like this a lot better. He looks like he's actually looking at you now, instead of like looking off screen. Does that make sense? He looked like he was looking at like something at a distance, and now he's like actually looking forward a little bit. I might fuck with it off screen at some point. But yeah, I do want to draw like a better icon, like a, I don't know, just a better icon. I like it though. Again, the program I'm using is VodTube. This was always a temporary fixture, but this is a lot better. It's a lot better. I like him a lot more now. It's a shame the eyeball thing didn't quite work out. It looked great in my head, and it just didn't work. It just didn't work. Oh shit! I never added spikes to the side of his hair. We have to fix that real quick. So I have to save all 4 of these. Let's go back to art. That way you can watch me do that, and it's not just boring. I forgot to add the spikes to the side of his head, because the shaved part of his head, shaved, air quotes, also has spikes. It's supposed to. Anyway. So I'll have to save all 4 of those again, so I might change the eyeball one more time. Oh no, he's spikeless. Yeah, he's just a little spikeless. He just needs a couple more spikes. There we go. There we go. So let's save this as the PNG, the Clip Studio, which is 2.0.clip. There we go. And it's permanently resized now, but I don't give a shit. Switching between them makes it look like he's getting up close at the cam. Yeah, a little bit. A little bit. So let's move the eyeball just one more time. I might redraw the eyeball. Where is the eye? Just so that it's a little bit better. There you are. And that was this one. So it might be just a little bit rounder. Just a little bit rounder. Just a little bit more Powerpuff Girls. A little bit more. Let's get that blue highlight. That very bright blue highlight. And I don't know if it's a highlight or if he's got like, or if it's like a hazel eye thing. I'm not sure. Don't ask me. I don't know. Sometimes we learn lore one day at a time. I actually don't like any of that. Kind of liked it better before. I liked it better before. I think he just needs to move a little bit. Just a skosh. Alright. Let's try this one more time, besties. He's got saltwater type eyes. Yeah. Just a little bit. Alright. So we're going to save this as mouth, open. Mouth closed, eyes open. Mouth open. Mouth closed, eyes open. Let's open the mouth real quick. Mouth open, eyes open. Yes. And then we'll close the eyes real quick. Ah, no eyes. Bum, bum, bum. Closed eyes. Perfect. And then we will close that mouth. No, it's too much closing. I removed his mouth entirely. And we'll lower his arm. And we'll do mouth closed, eyes closed. Yeah, mouth closed, eyes closed. Mouth closed, eyes closed. Alright. Let's try this one last time. We'll go back to chatting so we could see it in real time, nice and big. Alright. So this is closed mouth, open eyes. Open mouth, open eyes. I think it's the only two we really need to change because the blinks. Oh no, I need the spikes. That's the big change. So mouth closed, eyes closed. Haha, you can see when he talks, when he blinks, when he talks, he loses the spikes. So let's get that mouth open, closed. Now he has spikes all the time. Now he's got his spikes back. I gave them back. He earned his spike privileges back. He's spiky again. He's spiky again. They receded. Just a little bit. They're fine now. It's fine. It's fine. He gets to have spikes again. Okay. So we have upgraded. We have upgraded people. We have upgraded to... I don't know if I like the spikes anymore. Why are they so much brighter than the other one? Oh, because I worked at a smaller resolution. Do I care? I might care later. I'm not going to care right now. Today it'll be fine. If I hate it a lot after I watch back the video, I will decide to do something else. But for right now, it's fine. So we will go back to the art program. We're going to close this guy out. Because I don't need him anymore. Not that I don't need him anymore, but we're going to doodle real quick. I don't know what I'm going to draw. What should I draw? I have commissions to draw, but that's not what this is about. Today it's about not drawing commissions. Today it was about finishing my PNG tuber. And it took a lot less than I thought it was going to. I thought it was going to take like 2 hours. It took like 40 minutes. And that was with a lot of fucking around. I vote Jim. I do like Jim Dark Magic. So, sure. Why not? I do like him a lot. I second Jim. Motion carried. The motion has been carried. If you'll notice, the motion's already happening. It's already happening, besties. The motion's occurring as we speak. And obviously this is just the rough version of it. Da, 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 da. Alright, so now I got the fake pose out, so now I can get nitty gritty with it. I love Jim Dark Magic. Gotta break his nose a little bit. I don't think he has a broken nose. I think that's just what his nose looks like. Hello, Nyx. We finished the new version of the PNG tuber. Look at him. He's great. He lifts his arm up. He no longer has wiggling eyeballs. Those were weird. It was very strange for a hot minute there, but we fixed it. We fixed it together as a group. Hey, nice to see the new PNG tuber in action. Yeah, the nice thing about this program is that it's very easy to upload stuff. So I could do it like on the fly if I really wanted to. Eventually I want to get like extra expressions. Like if I want to be constantly angry, I might make it like a rage version of it. For right now, I don't really want to feel like doing that. Because it would have to be like a different picture. I just don't feel like doing that right now. But now we're drawing Jim Dark Magic. Because Jovi told me to. Yeah, Jim just has... He just has a shaped nose. I don't think he really got, like, hurt or anything. I think that's just what his nose looks like. People always, like... I've heard a couple people be like, oh, he definitely, like, broke his nose or something, or he got punched in the face. I'm like, no, I think that's just what his nose is shaped like. Sometimes he's just got a shaped nose. It'd be like that sometimes. It's fine. It's fine. I like his nose, personally. I think it has a lot of character to it. I like his bad teeth. I like his nose. I like everything about him. He's my number one. I'm quite curious on this program stuff, because it's not like I'd ever do these kind of things soon. It's a very, very easy program. I'll type it in real quick. VO Tube. That's not how you spell that. Mini. I believe that's how it's spelled. It is crazy easy to set up. It's basically not even a program. It's just you put in 4 PNGs, and then it does the things for you. It's very, very simple. If it wasn't easy, I wouldn't be doing it. I can show you what the actual program looks like real quick. Let me go back to chat. When I highlight over the program, it shows you like all the things you do. So this is one PNG, this is another, this is another, this is another. And then this shows you like what they look like. So when it's closed, he's static. When his mouth is open, it's static, but he has a bounce when he talks. I can make it a lot more. He can vibe, which is kind of like a... Here, I'll do vibe on both. It's kind of just like a... Yeah, it's a vibe. I don't know how else to explain it. You can also make him very jittery. It's shaking, and then there's shaking more. And then there's just like a constant up and down motion that it can do. And then there's a side-to-side motion it can do. And then there's an extra side-to-side motion. Yeah, they're idle animations. I prefer no idle animation. I found the idle animation kind of distracting. But I think if I was going to have like a rage version, I think I would use maybe like the shaking one. But yeah, it's so easy. It's so easy. It's so easy. If it wasn't easy, I wouldn't be doing it. You can also set up hotkeys. I have not set up the hotkeys, so I don't know how to do that yet. I'm sure it's not hard. I'm sure it's quite easy, but I haven't done it, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, there's idle anger energy. So yeah, this is a great little program. Uh, VEA. No, I spelled it wrong the first time. It's VEA DO Tube Mini. Um, you can download it for free, or you can throw the creator a couple bucks. I think she asks for $5. I threw her $5 because I use it every single fucking day of my life now. And I was like, thanks for making it. I couldn't have made this. I appreciate you. Here's basically like half a sandwich from Panera Bread. I bought you half a sandwich from Panera Bread. Thanks so much for helping me stream. Because I don't want to be perceived physically. Yeah. You had too many. That's what it's called. It's great. I love it. It's very simple. If it wasn't simple, I wouldn't be doing it. If it was any harder than it was, I would not be doing this. But because it's so easy, yeah. I also appreciate sandwiches. If anyone wants to buy me have a sandwich from Panera Bread, I want to have a sandwich from Panera Bread. I would kill. I don't know if they still make it. They used to make one that was called like the Chipotle chicken. And it was like onions and chicken and like a chipotle sauce on like a panini. It slaps. Like, it's nothing special. It's just exactly what I wanted. I did not appreciate it enough when I worked there. I used to work at Panera Bread a really long time ago. This is tempting me to draw my avatar just for the hell of it. Frankly, that's basically what this started out as. I did it very, very quickly just to see like what it looked like. And then I got so charmed by the way it was moving. I was like, well, I have to stream now. I gotta do it now. If it wasn't so easy, I wouldn't be doing it. And it's a very lightweight program too, so you can have it on while you stream, like heavier things. My computer's a little bit it's not like a beast, like it's not, I could like fucking mine Bitcoin on this bastard or anything like that. Like, it's not quite that powerful, but it's pretty hefty. But sometimes things get a little bit finicky. All right, let's do the cape. Yeah. Da, 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 da. Well, yeah, if you also don't want to be perceived, but maybe potentially want to stream, I think you can also use it on Discord. So that's also an option. My understanding is that Discord can basically run that kind of program through it. I have not looked into how to do that yet, so I cannot answer any questions anyone might have about that. I have no fucking idea how Discord works, and I refuse to learn. I use it every day of my life now. But it took a while. Hell yeah, I was thinking of Discord. Yeah, you can absolutely do it through Discord. You can absolutely do it through Discord. I just could not tell you how. But it can be done. It can be done. That much I know. Alright. There's him. The guy. Yeah, I excuse for D&D character. Yes, exactly. That's also the thing I was thinking about. Now I'm the DM, so it feels weird. But I was also thinking about, like, next time. I was thinking about making, like, a PNG tour for my D&D character, Lake. So that all the people in my Tuesday game all use, like, an actual video of themselves. I don't like to do a video of myself. I don't like to be perceived. I also don't have a webcam. So that's really a huge factor why there's no video. I can't use a video. There's no webcam. But I feel left out not having a visual. But maybe if Lake was there, it would be okay. Lake is my Raccoon Druid from Dungeons/Dragons on Tuesday, which is a homebrew world on Tuesday. So it's not Faerun, it's something else. I'm struggling to remember what it's called right now. Oh, I'm so sorry. I love Cal. I love my DM. I have 100% just forgotten what the world is that we live in. It doesn't matter, I guess, right now. Oh no, that bothers me so bad. Alright. I don't know what Jim is talking about here. But he's doing it. He's having a conversation about something or someone. As someone who has managed to get through the whole pandemic without getting camp respect, yeah, I don't want to. It's not Tuesday yet, so you don't have to remember. True. We just had an earthquake in our Tuesday game, which my understanding now is that that's weird. That should not be happening. But I was very, very. I was on my period last week, which sucks. Um, but it was like destroying me, and I did not absorb anything that happened last week. I'm gonna have to admit that to my DM and ask him to explain what happened. Not in like a, oh, tell me why this happened. Just like, can you just go through it one more time for me, so that I know that something happened? Because I don't remember anything. I felt so bad about it. I felt so bad about it. Yeah, he's posing as something. I have no idea what he's doing. He's doing something. He's doing something. Let me just clean this up just a tiny bit, because I don't want to ink it, because I'm lazy. I don't want to finish it. It's not a good enough drawing to finish, but I do want it to be just a little tighter. So we'll just squish some of this stuff out. There we go. Now it's a little bit cleaner in places. He's a little bit cleaner in places. Dun, dun, dun. I type up a summary per session. I also do that. For my game on Wednesdays, I really write it out for me, and then I read it out at the top of the next session. But they also have access to it. Like, they have free access to that file if they ever want to read it on their own. Usually I do it right after the game. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes it takes me a couple days. But he's bragging about all the pussy he gets. He is bragging about all the pussy he gets. He does get a lot of it, supposedly. I don't know how true that is. He claims it's true. I think it's probably true. I think it's much funnier if he's exactly as like charming and smooth as he keeps claiming he is, and the only people that don't believe him are like the people in his immediate area. But like in any other scenario, he is just as famous and charming as he claims he is. Like, to me, that's funnier. To me, that's like 1,000% funnier than like he's just a loser. Like, no, it's just the people he hangs out with think he's kind of a loser. But like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. He's just a weirdo. He's just the strangest man in the world. But it is 1,000% funnier if he is getting exactly as much pussy as he claims he's getting. Like, in theory, he might be lying. No, it's true, besties. It's true. Jim definitely seems like a cat person. It doesn't surprise me that he has a lot of kitties. Yeah, he's not a cat person, though. He's a bird person. He's that worst third option. Are you a cat person or a dog person? He's a bird person, guys. He has birds. And he teaches them to swear. Although all he has is doves, so I don't know if they can talk. I don't think doves can talk. I think it's really just like the parrots and like ravens that can talk. I think they have to have like a special tongue shape in order to mimic sounds. So Jim probably doesn't have birds that can talk. Birds are great. I would never want a bird. I could not be a bird parent. That's just not me. Doves have a language that only they know. I'm going to choose to believe that. And I'm going to choose to believe that Jim also believes that. Like, canonically, I will say canonically, he doesn't actually like his birds that much. He's very mean to them. Like, he doesn't treat them well. That is canon. But I ignore canon in certain situations, and I think he just really likes birds. I don't want to acknowledge the idea that he doesn't like birds. You know? Based on what we've seen, he isn't the best at taking care of. Yeah, I ignore that. I think it's much funnier if he's like a doting a bird dad. They are his employees. Yeah. Like the birds are to Jim what every Acquisitions Incorporated employee is to Omen. You just shave that down. I don't know why you won't do this. There we go. There we go. Ah, come on. There we go. So all his birds are clones? No. Maybe. That would probably be easier for him. Originally, I think at some point he said the birds were all like, they're all conjurations? But we know that's not true. For spoiler reasons, so shush, there's people in this chat who have not gotten that far. But for spoiler reasons, I will say his birds are real. Even though sometimes Mike claims that they are conjurations. They're not. They are real birds. But also, I think Mike just forgets that he determined the lore for his character. The idea of Jim having a vast bird cloning team is very funny. That is true. That is also very true. The thing is, doves don't live very long, but fun birds like parrots live for 150 years. They live for 150 years? That can't be true. Turtles live 150 years. Birds cannot live 150 years. That, I am calling bullshit on that. There's no way parrots live 150 years. Absolutely not. Not in Faerun. Not in the real world either. There's no way that parrots get that old. 150 is so long. Yeah, the idea of Jim cloning birds is also extremely funny. If only because, like, you don't have to. You could just get more birds. Like, there's no benefit. Alright, you got me. The oldest parrot was 104. That's still really old. That's still really old. That's real old, you guys. I'm not gonna live to 104. Like, what? That's so old. Alright, I think this is about as detailed as I want to get to this. I might just throw some color on it for funsies. We'll throw that all in one little layer. Just for funsies, we'll throw some color on it. Let's see if this will get me as much color as I want. Ah, that's pretty good. That got me pretty far. That got me farther than I thought I was going to get. There we go. And we'll just lock it real quick. Let's pick out some skin tone. I might do like a really dark, I might do like a backlight thing, so I might go very, very, yeah, I'm gonna go very dark on the skin. And then just have like highlights to show that there's a light coming from like this direction somewhere. So we'll go very blue on the hair. Oh, the new tuber is fresh as hell. He had wiggly eyes for a minute there, and I found it very unnerving, so I got rid of them. So now he just has normal eyes that look at you at all times. There was going to be like a swap between like playing the game or watching the screen, and then talking to you, and it looked bad. It looked real bad. It looked bad. Now I want an acting side quest of just a party of Jim's doves. We don't have that. We do have a side quest where Jim had to find all of his doves. That's the Walnut special that they did in like 2019. I think they did it to raise money for, I want to say it was abortion stuff, but I can't quite remember. It's a really good episode, though. It was a really good episode from like a million years ago. Like a million years ago. I already hate coloring this, but I've already started. I already hate this. I'm just going to ignore it. We're not going to color it. I'm lazy now. I hate coloring. I'm gonna draw something else though. I've already drawn Jim, so now I'm just gonna draw Jim as a horse. Looked at the clone spell. Jim isn't spending 3,000 gold on cloning birds. He is spending omen money. Well, I'm gonna start yelling at people. Stop discussing spoilers. Jovi has not watched anything since 2020 in terms of Acquisitions Incorporated. So even though it's common knowledge to us, please be careful. So far we haven't discussed like an actual spoiler. So you're all pretty good for right now. But no recent game stuff. Nothing that happened in the last year and some change. The last episode she watched was the PAX Unplugged 2012. So, or not 2012, 2019. So she still hasn't watched the last game that Mike DM'd, which is a shame because it's really good. It's really good. Hitting me that the C team was in those times. God, yeah, I miss the C team. I miss the C team so much. Absolutely no spoilers for the C team. Don't discuss anything that happens past like episode 2. Yeah, C team has a lot more going on. No C team spoilers. She is still on season 1, which I don't know if you guys recall, happened a long time ago, and a lot of things have happened since then. No C team spoilers. This picture draw sucks already. Is there a picture I've started and maybe could finish? Let's go to this folder. You guys can't see my folder, but I can see my folder. Unless you can see my folder. I don't think you can. Things sure did happen. Events occurred. That is true. Have you drawn Legati? I have drawn many Legatis. But I will happily draw another Legati for you. I haven't drawn your version of Legati, who is the superior Legati. He's very cute. I like him. I like that he's weird and gooey. This makes me want to do a rewatch. No, we can't. No. I am in the middle, air quotes, of a rewatch. I stopped like in the middle of season 2. I was like actively taking notes, and then I was like, I need a break from that, and that was like a year and a half ago. That was like a year and some change ago. It's Legati, baby. It's Legati. I was a different person when the C team started, and Dark Lord, A team over a decade? Yeah. A team has been around for, I think it's on its, 12th or 13th year? 12th or 13th, I can't quite remember. I think technically it started in 2008, but it was like the tail end of 2008. So, like, yeah. I didn't really start listening to Acquisitions Incorporated till like 2012, so it's been about 10 years for me. I was living in Fargo, North Dakota still, which I don't recommend, as I've stated many times in the past, and I will state again right now. Fargo, North Dakota. Don't live there, not even once. If you can avoid living in the Midwest, I recommend that. Yeah, juxtaposable. Not only was it a 4E thing, it was like pre-4E. That was an advertisement for the still like in the works, like not beta's not the right word, I guess, but like playtest era of 4E. Like if you downloaded like the playtest version of like the rules for 4E, the characters are just like the exact sheets that they got. Like there's a half-elf cleric, there's a dwarven fighter, there's a human wizard. Like those were some of your options, because those were the only options available at that time, because they still hadn't made like the ability to make your own characters yet. They didn't have enough rules set up, so they just gave you like these specific things you could do. Yeah, it was initially a playtest ad. It wasn't just a 4E ad, it was a playtest ad. So I loved 4E. That was my very first Dungeons and Dragons experience, which I liked quite a bit. But I like 5e best, I think. 5e is the best. It is the superior. Which I understand, like, everyone's got opinions about, like, what is the best Dungeons and Dragons. I don't know, I like 5e. I don't know if I would like 5e quite as much if a robot didn't do a lot of the work for me. If a robot didn't do all the work for me, I don't know if I would like it quite as much. He's just a weird Muppet. I probably make him a little too creature-like. That's just how I draw a baby. I'm gonna draw a Dinar real quick. I'm drawing Dinar in a hot minute. Bum. Mick, he's the best. He's the best creature. I am so excited. Dinar's my favorite. Like, they're all my favorite, but, like, Dinar is, like, my secret actual favorite. I love Dinar so much. He sucks. He is the sun. I'm drawing Dinar in a hot minute. There's something nice about the concept of counters and dailies. Yeah, but healing lets you use hit die was a bad idea. It was a bad idea. I think it made it to the finish. I think it did make it to the finish, but you had a lot more hit die. Was like the trade-off. Like even like a wizard would get like 12 a day or something. That I didn't like that as much. Because you're already spending like a spell slot or a daily or like an encounter power to do it, so it doesn't make any sense. It's a baby Dinar. It's a baby Dinar. I always give him a little protagonist bandana. I think it gives him protagonist energy, like a Naruto type. Because he is, I don't know if they've said it yet. He is like loosely based on like a shonen protagonist, like as a concept, which isn't really a spoiler. It's just who Ryan Hartman is as a person. It did. A lot of healing powers just give you access to your hit die pool, not roll for healing. Yeah. He'd approve of being a secret favorite. No, he wouldn't. He would want to be the real favorite. Yeah, 4E was a tactics game, is really what it boiled down to. It was a tactics and minis game. They have said it in a recent TikTok. Yeah, I was like, it definitely came in early. He's got shonen protagonist energy, which is nice. This is a very young-looking Dinar. I think the bandana's too big. I think that's why he looks like such a baby. That's a huge part of it. So I always give him a bandana because I feel like that gives him like protagonist energy. Which I like. Baby bandana. It's his baby bandana. It's so he doesn't get crumbs all over himself. I also like that he has a tail. I always make the tail very large. I know a lot of people don't, but I do. I like the tail being big. It's weird that he has one, so it should be noticeable. I like sketching with this brush. Like, a lot. Dun, dun, dun. I don't know what this pose is. It's just, he has a pose. He's quite proud of his tail. Yeah. It's part of his heritage. And I always add, like, little spikes on it. Even though he's not a dinosaur. I don't know. I like a spike. Why wouldn't people make it big? It's big enough to knock over chairs. Agreed. Some people draw it, like, really small, so it's, like, super unnoticeable. And I'm like, come on, man. It is a noteworthy tail. There we go. There's the boy. There is the boy. Ryan Hartman is very good at playing a sword dummy. He is. He is very good at playing a sword dummy. I'm not going to ink it. I just want to tighten it up a little bit. I love Ryan Hartman. He came out of the gate swinging with this character. And I love him so much. And he loves Dinar so much, which I think also makes it so much fun. So you can kind of tell he's never roleplayed before, so this is like baby's first OC. Especially now that Dinar has hit level 5 and can do paladin things. He can do paladin things now. He does do a lot of paladin things. I love that he's a paladin, even though he's the worst. He's just an asshole. Like all other paladins, that they deal with are always like very righteous and noble. Like obviously Evelyn is a paladin. She's a different kind of paladin, I think. I forget what she is. I think she's Oath of Protection, maybe. And they might be the same kind. Oh, I don't know. I have to look it up real quick. Now I have to know. Narblitz character sheet. Let me see it real quick. What kind of paladin is he? He's Oath of something. What are you? What are you? Oath of the Crown is what he is. He is Oath of the Crown. Whatever the fuck that means. It doesn't matter. And then Evelyn. Evelyn is Oath of the Agents. I think she's Oath of the Agents. He's Oath of the Crown. It's all about duty to kingdom, which makes sense for Jannar. Yeah, she's Oath of the Ancients. I've never really played a paladin, so I don't fucking know what any of that means. I have no clue what that means. She's the nature flavor paladin. Yeah, which makes sense because she's got like a very, a sun god kind of vibe. Yeah. Yeah, so that makes sense to me. The ancient in this scenario just kind of means God, or like nature itself as a concept. I don't like how inorganic that looks. That looks better. And then one more. Yeah, but I've never played a paladin like a lot. I did like once for like a one shot, but I didn't really get to do anything paladin-y. I played a paladin in 4E, but that was a really long time ago. And paladins have changed a lot since then. We had that Jerk Ahmed was my DM for a hot minute there. I had a paladin named Priya, who was basically just a mean Sailor Moon. She sucked. I miss her every day. I don't really remember anything about her. I remember that she sucked. Mean Sailor Moon was just a concept that I had. I don't really remember like anything about her as a character. I know one time she put on a cursed armor. That was fun. Because I can't say no to putting on cursed armors. Like obviously, if your DM whispers to you in Skype and asks you to make a roll, you don't put on the armor that makes you do that roll. But I have to actually. It turns out actually I do have to do that emotionally, physically. She was good at eating children across pits and also pushing children into pits. Yeah, she didn't like kids that much, except as bait. Again, she was very mean Sailor Moon. That was her vibe. She was not a nice person. Sometimes you just gotta play assholes. I love playing assholes. Now I play Crow. Oh, I don't play Crow as much anymore. This hand is bad. I don't care. I'm not trying to finish this drawing. I just want it to be a little tighter. I'm not trying to make a finished drawing here. Now I play Crow, who is at this point basically just like transgender Priya, but as a rogue. He sucks in the exact same way. I can't wait for Can Opener to do her thing. I'm really excited about Can Opener. Like all of my D&D characters, she has like a lot of family issues. Which is to say she loves her family. But now she doesn't really have one. So she's got to figure out what to do now. She's got to figure out what to do now that she doesn't have one. Find a new one, I guess. Womp womp. Womp womp. Sometimes you make a D&D character and make them love their brother a lot, and then you kill that brother before their game even starts. It'd be like that. I'm not saying who does things like that, but it might be me. Playing an asshole wild magic sorcerer was some of the most fun I've ever had playing D&D. I've always wanted to play a sorcerer. I've never played one. I would really like to. There's a lot of characters I have never played, types I've never played. I've never played a ranger at all, not even kind of. I've never played a monk. I don't really want to play a monk though. I kind of looked like through their kit and was like, I don't think I would have fun with this. Um, it just seems like a less fun rogue. Like it's just a rogue who does less. Um, yeah, I like the wild magic table. I think that's very fun. But now I'm a DM, which is great because I can just make characters as much as I want, and like give them actual character sheets and all that jazz. It's great. I'm so excited. Uh, I'll say, why does he look weird? Because he doesn't have his freckles. Dinar has freckles because he's a baby. Yeah, monks are very good at going fast and breaking the action economy, and that just doesn't seem like something I want to take care of. Nature black classes never stick with me. I just can't. I like them very much narratively. I love them from a narrative perspective. A nature place class, I do. I don't. I have. I mean, I. So far, Lake has been very strange to play. He's very utility focused. Uh, because of just like how our group output is. Like we have we have two druids in our party on Tuesdays. We have one that is very utility focused, and that's me. And we have another one that's very like wild shape focused, and that's Teeter. Um, and Teeter's very cool. He's a cool guy. We just saved his family farm. Ranger was my first 5 EPC, and her RP was more fun than her class. Her custom background was divorcee. What? Oh, I love that. I love that. Can Opener has a custom background I have to add back because I made it on a different character sheet that she has. So I have to go back and add it. Can Opener's backstory is that she was a warlock. And then she felt like her warlock patron betrayed her and didn't like live up to their end of the bargain, basically. So she broke that contract and now is like an ex-warlock. And she's like figuring out what she wants to do now. And that might have ramifications for her. That might not be something she's really allowed to do. Okay. That's a dinar. It's not a very good dinar, but it's a dinar. So there's definitely ramifications, probably. It was a live mission, exactly. She wanted the power to help save her brother. And her brother was already dead when she made the pact. And the patron seemed to know that, or at least she's interpreting this as that the patron knew that. That might not be true. Maybe the patron doesn't know that, but she assumes the patron knew that. I rolled a druid using the new fire subclass from Tasha's, and I got a free red panda pet who is an elemental fire spirit who helps me burn things better. It's legit. Yeah, Tasha's Book of Everything has a lot of shit in it. It's real cool. The strings of fate are interesting. They're kind of all over the place. Yeah. Yeah, like, this is all just an assumption on Can Opener's part that they knew that he was already dead. It might not be, maybe they didn't, but that's her assumption. I'm drawing Can Opener now. Can Opener is tabaxi, for the record. Hairless Sphinx tabaxi, specifically. She's also 6'4" and a lesbian. She's a trans femme lesbian, and I love her. I love her very much. She's got a lot of eyeball. She's the best. I've had her in my back pocket for a hot minute now. Originally, she was a wizard. She was going to be from warlock to wizard, but now she went from warlock to fighter, which I think has a much different flavor. I think that's much more fun in like a lot of different ways. She was going to be like specifically a gunslinger, but I don't think she's going to be a gunslinger anymore. I think she's just going to happen to have a gun. I just don't think gunslinger is useful as a tank option. Yeah, she's just got... Yeah, I love a tall sapphic queen. I do. I love it. Yeah, so she is a fighter, which is very classic, and I've never played one. Oh, gotta eat lunch, BRB. We will still be here, unless we aren't, in which case, goodbye. But hopefully, you will be back. Yeah, fighter is one of those classic roles that I don't think I've ever played. I might have played it like once, like in 4E at some point. But it's been a minute. If I've I definitely have not played a 5E one. Because I'm looking through all the shit they can do, and they can do a lot of shit, man. They can do a lot of shit. Yeah, she's not. Gunslinger took me a long time to get my head around. The grit points were, yeah. The grit points were the most interesting part, in my humble opinion. I thought those were really cool. I just don't know if it's going to work as the tank. Yeah, I just don't know if it's going to work as the tank. I think if I wasn't like, my character is the captain. So, this is a homebrew setting that Jovi is putting together. It's sci-fi. My character is the captain of the ship, so she has to be like a kind of like in a position of authority, which I'm taking to mean the tank, because to me that's what tanks are. They are the position of authority. If Amy plays a Warforged, you might want to be tanking. Yeah, we'll see what kind of Warforged she wants to play. I'm okay with playing the tank or a DPS. That doesn't bother me. But I do think if I'm going to be the captain, tank makes the most sense. She has a very big jacket. Tank makes the most sense to me. Just from like a mechanic and narrative standpoint. That makes the most sense to me. So I am leaning towards playing a tank. So she's definitely gonna have a gun. It's just not gonna be like her primary weapon, I don't think. It's gonna be like her secondary weapon. So that sometimes she can do range damage if she has to. Depends on if you're the captain who runs in first or delegates fights. I think based on who I am as a person, I am that first one. Just who I am as a human being. I like to fight. Vid can attest to that. Crow and Delaney, especially Delaney, were always trying to start fights. Crow was less about starting it and more about finishing them. Delaney was ready to fight anybody at any point, at all times, constantly. Yeah. He was frail-ish. He survived multiple times. He had to get close to people to kill them. I don't know what to tell you. He could not be far away. He had to be up there. But Delaney was ready to fight everybody all the time. And that was very fun for me. Because I am not really combat focused, like as a person. Delaney could fight anyone at all time, and people let her. Yeah, they did. She did murder a man on accident, but he got better, so it was fine. It worked out okay. It worked out okay. I think I want to give her a crop top jacket. I think that's what I want it to be, puffy, but a crop top. It was big before. I don't know. But I think crop top might be better. It was puffy when she was a wizard. Yeah. Delaney did lots of things. Delaney went through a lot. Delaney was a lot. But Delaney was a lot in like a very fun way. I got to play with my inner horrible teen. Delaney was just a spoiled, rotten little teenager who did what she wanted without any worry about the consequence at all. She was awful. And people hated her. Especially Fee. I always feel so bad for B because so many of my characters are so mean to their characters. I gave her a star for it, like a grade school teacher. Yeah. Like, it's just, my characters are just shitholes. If we ever play again, I think it would still be Crow, but eventually one day, Vid, I would like to play a character who is nice in one of your games. Either with you or as a player in your party. I promise you I can play a good boy. Lake is the best boy. Lake is so good. And I think can opener is also going to lean towards good. She's definitely more chaotic good than chaotic neutral. Um, Crow is technically chaotic evil, but I would say he's definitely more like neutral. Like he's evil in that he'll make evil choices, but he doesn't make evil choices for the sake of them. He makes them. He won't burn bridges he does that aren't useful to him. Like that's not. He's not gonna pick fights he can't win. He's not gonna start shit that doesn't benefit him. Like he's evil, but like only because he will do evil things. But he's not evil in that he like hurts people on purpose for shits and giggles. Like that's not a thing, unless it's an NPC, and then it doesn't matter. He's just practical. She's basically a paramedic, so hopefully at least a little good healing. Yeah, she's definitely good. She's a good person. Can opener. That's always been like the interpretation I've had of her. She was never like ever interpreted as being evil. But like Delaney wasn't evil. Delaney just caused a lot of problems on purpose. But Crow doesn't cause problems on purpose. He just sometimes likes to fight people. It's complicated. I don't like the little dangly guy. Anyway, that's can opener. That's can opener, besties. I guess I'll throw some color on her real quick. I definitely have like a color version of her that exists already, but let's do this one. Let's go more. Yeah, let's go more peach. She's a hairless sphinx cat, so she's got like very human skin tones. It is what it is. Big ol' ears. Big ol' ears. Big ol' kitty cat ears. Probably too big. But I feel like sphinx cats have like unnaturally large ears. Like I feel like sphinx cats have big ears, you know? Does that mean she has sensitive skin? Yeah, she definitely has like a morning routine where she like rubs herself down with oil so that she doesn't get like weird zits. I feel like that makes sense. Dun, 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 dun. Let's pinken up the inner ear a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Let's give those shiny white teeth. My shiny teeth that sparkle. Nope, that's the wrong color. Two of my friends own a sphinx cat, and he definitely is at least 50% ears. Yeah, they got a lot of ear. They got a lot of ear going on. It does. We might have to discuss what happens when she's not able to do that. Are you really going to make me care very deeply about whether or not my sphinx cat gets fucking moisturized correctly? Is that the kind of DM you are? You ghoul. She's got very light green eyes with a like an orange rim. It's like green yellow. It's like a piss yellow. Listen, one of your other crewmates is a frogman and has to keep track of his skincare. Yeah. That's just water though. That should be orangier. There we go. Yeah, so she's something. She's got a heart-shaped birthmark like right here. It's probably more symmetrical than that. Let me just go over that real quick. I'm a DM who's very into conditions. Oh no. You're gonna make me care about conditions. Gonna make me care about conditions. It's fine. I'll get over it. It's fine. I will get over it. I will learn to adapt. There we go. So yeah, that's can opener. I hear a goblin. I hear a goblin. Outside my bedroom door. I still haven't decided on like the colors of her outfit. Her old outfit was like very jewel tone, But I think that might be a little bit much for space. I think it's just a little bit much for space. I think it's just a little bit too much for outer space, you know? Um, yeah, the goblin demands my attention. But I'm not giving it to him because he's annoying. And also, he did bite me earlier. I also gave him a lot of attention this afternoon. In space, you can look however you want. Yeah. Yeah, I guess. She does wear a lot of gold chains. Goblin gently rapping upon my chamber door. No, he's actually screaming at my chamber door. There's no rapping involved yet. He is just yelling. I guess I'll go see if he's yelling at me or my brother. He might not be yelling at me. Goblin, are you yelling at me? No, he's gone. Wherever he's yelling, he went somewhere else to do it. He's not even there. He made me get up for nothing. What a creature. What a ghoul. Anyway. Let's think. Yeah, she used to be in a lot of jewel tones, so maybe she'll be in like a maybe more muted kind of maroon. That might be work. That might work. That might be the color palette to go for. It's still like a jewel tone, but it's definitely not quite as bright as it was. It's definitely like an old like fighter pilot jacket or something. Even though she's not a pilot, she is a captain. She probably knows how to pilot. Take your stream upstairs with me. Just put me in your pocket and take me with you. Just take me with you. I do that with people every morning. I take somebody with me to breakfast. I took Jovi this morning with me to breakfast. I made eggs. I made soft-boiled eggs and put them on toast. It was delicious. I love soft-boiled eggs. I have a 16-pound chaos goblin sleeping on my chest currently. What a good creature. Maybe something in the Star Trek vibe. Bold primary colors contrasted by something dark. I don't want it to look too costumey is not the right word. Too military and too like a uniformy. Like I don't think she has a uniform on. Yeah, she definitely gets cold. So she definitely wears like a big jacket. But also she likes to have a little midriff action because she is a whore. Because I am physically incapable of playing a character who's not a whore. I love a whore. So, she is also a bit of a slut. She's gonna flirt with every cute girl she meets. That's just the kind of person she is, baby. I love a sapphic. And I don't have any sapphic D&D characters right now, so this is her. I hear the goblin again. There's a goblin once again. Delaney was a chase princess. I think my problem with Delaney is that she was a baby. She was a teenager. So I personally, as the person playing her, did not want to think about whether or not she fucks. She probably does. Maybe? Question mark? She's a baby. That's my daughter. She's not allowed. She's not allowed to fuck. I decree it. She probably does. But I didn't want to think about it. She's small. She's small. She's just a baby. Even though she was like 117 years old. That's still small in D&D world. Basically a toddler. No, she was officially her character was like 117 or whatever, but that was just my way of saying she's 17. Just subtract the 100 and you get the accurate age. Dun dun dun. Good that she has goggles. To be clear, there's no way they're going to fit over her big ass eyeballs. She just has them for the aesthetic. That is purely for the aesthetic. It made sense for her. Also during the game show, I like my date. And she was like, I don't like dates. Yeah, I was making a joke about like the food, but also she doesn't like dates. She's never been on one. Who would approach a princess? Nobody. At least not her, because she's annoying. She had one friend, and I already forget the name of it. Delaney was just annoying. Delaney's unfuckable because mostly she's irritating. Back in ooh, I love the colors here. Yeah, this is my character that I'm playing in a game with Jovi, beloved Jovi Shark, where I am a cat in space. Meow meow. Her name is Can Opener. My beloved can opener. Let me get my... because tabaxis have terrible naming conventions. I love it. Why do I keep turning that into an R? Fingers crossed schedules work out. If not, Pasta is on standby. I would love to play a game with Pasta. He DM'd me for me once. He was testing out something he was making, like a one-shot that he was doing, and that was really fun. That was really fun. I need to play more D&D. With the game I'm about to start with Jovi and all them, that'll be the third game I play in a week. I could play one more. I could play one more. I don't know if I might DM another one. I haven't decided yet. That's something that's been on my mind. I kind of want to run Curse of Strahd for a party. Because one, I've never done it. Like, I've just never done it. And I think that would be fun. And I think that's a really fun way to jump in. Because there's a lot going on there. There's vampires. There's all sorts of weird shit in Curse of Strahd. Like, I think that would be fun. So if I do decide to do another one, I think tentatively, I'm just gonna DM Curse of Strahd. I too had a cat in space, and in a blur I named him Claude, with Witch Stylist. God. Yeah, that's she, besties. That's my meow meow, my little meow meow. I think that's basically the color scheme I'm going to go with. He had a space ferret and he was an ace pilot of the crew. Nice. I don't think Can Opener's like an animal person, which is very funny because she's an animal. But I don't think she likes animals. I think maybe she doesn't like pets or anything like that. So if anyone has a pet, they might bump heads. I think she probably resents people who treat her like an animal. Not that I think space racism is gonna happen, but like, she's a person, not a cat, you know? We don't need to deal with space racism. I don't need to deal with that. I think that's just something to consider. Yeah, there she is. There's my Goyle. Gotta look at her. Gotta stretch while I look at her. She is my little meow meow. Yeah, I don't like space racism. I don't like fantasy racism. There's no reason for it. There's no reason for fantasy racism. Like, I just don't need it. Just gonna save that to doodles. Burp. I'll save this Jannar real quick. Even though it's not very good, I don't really care, but... I usually don't save my doodles if they're like this, but why not? Why not, I guess. Boop. Sorry, Legati, I'm not going to save you at all. I'll hold off on closing you. I'll save this gym. This gym's actually pretty good. I do want to cut off some of that, though. Save that as James, because I save a lot of things as Jim. It's okay, I saw him. Okay, that makes me feel better. Goodbye, Legati. You're just not a very good drawing. And there you're gone. I guess I'll save this Donatello I did like 2 days ago. Why did that not... There we go. This is also not a very good drawing, but I was trying to draw Donatello without a reference. So, that's what turned it out to be. And this is Rise of Teen Mutant Ninja Turtles Donatello, because I think there are ways to encourage fantasy races without fantasy racism. Yeah, like I don't mind a little fantasy xenophobia. Like if like an individual race has a problem with like everything else, I think that's usually okay. Like the deer people I invented had some fantasy xenophobia, but that was not like towards specific races. It was like as a concept they just didn't like other things because they were so sheltered. I think that can be done okay. I don't know what I'm drawing now. I'm just drawing. I think I'm gonna draw an omen. I think that can usually be okay, but like fantasy racism is just I don't know. I don't really need it, and I am very white, so I especially don't need a fantasy racism like plotline for my characters. For instance, concierge is T for T, but the T is also tiefling. Yeah, like that makes sense to me. That makes sense to me. Crow got to fuck concierge that one time, and I'm glad that he is T for tiefling because Crow is also a tiefling, and that worked out well in Crow's favor. I don't think Crow cares what he fucks. Crow is not that picky. Crow is not T for T. Crow is, I don't know. He's Crow. He's horny. And he's annoying. He's so annoying is the thing. That's his problem. His problem is that he sucks and he's irritating. But sometimes people think he's cute. And they will have sex with him. And that's really all he can ask for. Dun dun dun. Dun dun dun. I already hate this drawing. Even though there's not much going on to it. It's like it might exist in the world, but it won't force my players to have to roleplay through it. Yeah, exactly. Like I just don't need that in my particular fantasy world. I love an omen. Speaking of problematic faves, he is a problematic fave. He sucks. The worse he got, the better I liked him. I was like, Omen's pretty much my favorite, and then he cloned Jim because he couldn't exist in a world without him, and I was like, oh shit, you're like my hella favorite. Like that's an unhinged thing to do, bestie. You could have just talked to him about cloning him. He probably would have said yes. Nope, gotta do it behind his back. Because you're fucking insane. Also, there will not be fucking because I'm 23 and you're all mid to late 30s. Yeah, I don't want to fuck in D&D. Like, it's one thing if it's, like, off-screen. I don't... Listen, I don't need a romance. Crow kind of got a romance, and that was about it. That was about as much romance as I wanted to do. He flirted with a cat boy, and then he flirted with the cat boy's sugar daddy. That was really... It'd be like that. He has a cat boyfriend now. Sort of. Kind of. I don't know if they're dating. They're something. They're not nothing. They're not nothing. They're, as Childish Gambino would say, are we dating? Are we fucking? They're something. Flirting is cool, is funny, but I don't think anyone will get a Brahma. I don't want a Brahma. At least for can opener, I don't want a Brahma. Oh, always off screen. Flirting is fun. Fade to black. Breakfast. Exactly. I had a partner who, in their own D&D game that was unrelated to me, they did do like fucking, but they handled it on Discord, like in like a chat scenario. They were basically playing a version of Dungeons and Dragons that was also Corruption of Champions. Which, if you don't know what Corruption of Champions is, you can Google it if you're over 18. If you're not over 18, don't. But that's what that was. And their goal was to get to the end and fuck the big bad. Which, mood. I think that's a good goal. That's part of why I want to run a Curse of Strahd game. I think that should be somebody's goal. So I might look into doing that. Probably on Thursdays, maybe. I don't know. I want to play more D&D. I want to play a lot of D&D all the time. Love wins, big bad evil guy. Exactly. This drawing's also bad. Get out of here. I'm gonna draw a horse. Not like a real horse, like a fucking MLP horse. Obviously. But it's gonna be Omen. It's still Omen. It's just gonna be Omen as a pony. I love pony omen. Pomen, as it were. All of my characters are ace as hell. Yeah. None of my characters really are. Even though I am ace as hell. Ace with an asterisk. I don't listen. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what I am. I'm traumatized. That's really what it boils down to. Horses are just so much easier. They can be. On occasion. On occasion, horses are much easier. Um, but yeah, I don't think I have any characters that are asexual. At least not like as a D&D character. Yeah, facing forward horses are a nightmare. They are a nightmare creature. Horses are just like God's little test to artists. Like, good luck. Good luck. That's good. I actually love D&D romance. I like it in other people's games. I have a hard time role-playing romance for me. Because a lot of my characters are like part me. So it's very hard for me to like picture a version of me, even as a D&D character, that is romantic. If that makes sense. So I guess a lot of my characters are probably inherently aromantic. Like, I don't think Crow is aromantic. But also I think Crow thinks he's fundamentally unlovable. So, and he's probably correct because of who he is as a person. Like, obviously everyone's deserving of love, yada yada yada. Crow sucks, and he's probably not actually deserving of love. I have a great horse drawing book that unironically told me that a horse body should fit in a square unless they don't, which is okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's drawing horses. They should do this unless they don't, but that's okay too. Horses walk on their tiptoes, and they are nightmare creatures. They are nightmare creatures. They will eat bones and fingers. They are sausages with knuckles. They are just a hand. Horses are just a hand. They are just hands that walk. Like, Thing from the Addams Family is just a horse. But I'm a lesbian dating a horse girl. I cannot help it. Yeah. You gotta draw horses then. You have to understand the horse. You gotta draw a horse. Listen, people who draw horses for fun, on purpose, not fake dumb like MLP horses, real ones, are the most powerful people in the world. Almost married a horse squirrel. It's a gamble. Some horse girls are better than others. Some horse girls are better than others, besties. Not all horse girls are made equal. But people who draw horses like for fun because they like it, deeply powerful. Deeply, deeply powerful. Gotta fix some stuff. Too strong for me. But anyway, Omen as a horse. I go back and forth on what his cutie mark should be. The jokey answer is that it should be an Acquisitions Incorporated logo, obviously. But that feels too on the nose. And you usually find your cutie mark as a child. Like as a foal, air quotes. So it probably wouldn't be a logo for a company. So it would probably be like, it's gotta be like money or something. Like an open bag of coins. Collecting money is definitely his special talent. Yeah, it's money. His special talent is money. It would be like that sometimes. Let's make his eyes go a little higher up. And then his boyfriend horse, which is Jim, obviously. Jim is a lot taller than Omen, even as a horse, because I think it's funny. Also, he's basically like cadence-sized. I don't. To be clear, if you don't watch My Little Pony, that's probably for the best. You probably shouldn't fucking watch My Little Pony. It's stupid. Yeah, it would be a Time War coin. Yeah, if he was still worshipping Avandra, if this was still 4E, it would be really obvious what his cutie mark should be, because it would be 4 wavy symbols. But there's no Timora in fucking My Little Pony world. So it's just coins as a concept. Um, anyway, there are like different horse sizes in My Little Pony. So like, I'm just gonna get a picture real quick. MLP princesses, I guess. Let's see if it'll put a picture of all 4 of them in one thing. Yeah, it does. Hello. I do have one screen cap where it's all 4 of them. So Twilight is like a little pony. Haha. But then the next level up is Cadence, who's like a lot taller. And then it goes to Luna and Celestia, who are way, way bigger. So Jim is more like Cadence sized versus like a regular pony size, just because he's tall. He's just very long. He's just got the extra long legs. There's also... I'll grab another pony real quick. MLP Fleur. She's only in like one episode, and she uses like the exact same body shape that Cadence uses. Her name is Fleur de Lis, which obviously is because she has got the fucking French logo. She's French. I don't... Pony France, I guess. Why not? But they got like the extra elongated legs and stuff like that. So that's basically what Jim is. There's not a lot of ponies that use that base layout, and she's one of them. There are a couple taller boys that use like the Big Mac base. But I don't really care about that. And they have pony sideburns because they look weird without sideburns. They just look strange without them, so. Pony France or... Listen, you're making a joke, but the fucking, like, main place that they all hang out at is Ponyville, obviously. But they also have, like, a royal area that they go to called Canterlot. There's also a city that I don't think they ever actually visit called Philadelphia, Phildelphia. And there's another one called Manhattan instead of Manhattan. So there probably is a place called Prance in My Little Pony. Yeah, I love My Little Pony world building. It's so stupid. They go with the dumbest jokes ever. And they're like, this is canon now. It's like, do they know that Manhattan is a real place? No, they don't. This is for our benefit. I love My Little Pony lore. My Little Pony is the stupidest show in the world. And I love it very sincerely. I've rewatched it like probably half a dozen times. All the way through. All the way through. Jim is an old school pony, so there's actual lore to my Acquisitions Incorporated stuff. Jim is an old school unicorn, so he's got the wispy little tail instead of the real ponytail, and he's got cloven hooves. That's not why he's specially tall. He's just tall because he's tall. I just liked it to be like that. I can't be normal about things. Oh, and his cutie mark is a human skull. A human skull. He's probably a little too big. He's got to shrink a little bit. That's a little too large. He's got to be a little bit shorter than that. There we go. That's more accurate. I did not give Acquisitions Incorporated special pony names because I'm lazy, and also I couldn't think of anything. So I just decided that Jim and Omen are perfectly acceptable horse names 1,000 years ago, which is where they're from. It's perfectly acceptable to be a pony named Jim Dark Magic. Dark Magic is already kind of a pony name. Like, there's already kind of a pony vibe there. It's already got that pony vibe, you know? He looks like he'd be a bad guy on My Little Pony. There is a pony that kind of looks like Jim. I'll go get him in just a second because I fucking forget his name. his. I'm gonna show you a picture of him real quick first, uh, because he's a lot. Um, I want you to try and guess what you think his name might be. He does have a beard. That's not just the hair in the background. That is in fact a beard. Um, like a drawn carriage because he looks like a cart horse. Jesus, go to jail, Jovi. All right, nobody's ever gonna fucking guess his name. His name is Chancellor Naysay. Chancellor Naysay. He says no a lot. If you couldn't guess by his name. There's an entire episode with the ponies trying to prove Jim is running an illegal bird smuggling outfit, but it turns out to be legit. Chris Straub. Okay, but that is Dark. That is Jim Darkmagic's pony Sona. Yeah, his name is Chancellor Naysay. Who else? There's another really funny one. What the fuck was his name? Oh, it's gonna drive me crazy. There's another really good pony design. Oh no, I know what I wanted to show you. If you think Jim Darkmagic's pony Sona is bad, have you ever seen his fur Sona that DuckTales gave him? Because they gave him a fucking... Listen, I need to show you this. I need you to understand. I did not draw this. I did not design this character. I had nothing to do with him. How is that not Jim Darkmagic? How is that not Jim Darkmagic? How is that created completely independently of Jim Darkmagic? That's Jim Darkmagic's persona, baby. Somebody on the DuckTales team was like, you know who needs a persona? Yeah, DuckTales. That's Jim Barkmagic, bestie. That's a dog. That's a beagle boy. He would wear that. He has that outfit. It already happened. He canonically wears this outfit. It's got the skull and everything. You fucking kidding me? And he's a shitty wizard? He's a shitty magician. I'm sorry. He's a shitty magician who sucks at his job. He's bad at it. Like, that's just him. That's just Jim Darkmagic. It's insane to me that they did this. Like, that's just him, besties. Yeah, Mike wore that outfit. Mike has that outfit still. Yeah, so that's something. That's happened. So he has a pony Sona and he has a fur Sona as assigned by DuckTales 2017. Because that character did not exist in the old DuckTales. He only exists in the new one. Jim's persona is real, and it's a dog, which is very unlike him. I'm gonna open his mouth because he's annoying and he likes to talk. Jim Barkmagic will haunt me. Yeah, dude, it's been haunting me for about 3 years. Maybe 4. Whenever the hell I watched DuckTales last. I watched the finale as it aired, and that was... does anyone care about DuckTales spoilers? I'm assuming no, but I want to check real quick. Does anyone give a shit about DuckTales 2017 spoilers? The finale was bad. The finale was very, very bad. It started so good. So, like, there's like an overarching mystery on DuckTales, and I don't want to get too deep into the spoiler reason for it. But the crux of it is that it's like kind of about like found family and how like all kinds of families are valid. And then it made a character who was like from the found family aspect of all that stuff, like a canonical relative. Like it turns out, oh, this is your secret daughter, and it's like, that kind of negates everything you were saying before. Like, why would you do that? And the way they did it was also really stupid. Not really want to get into how, because it doesn't matter. It was just dumb. Everything about the final season of DuckTales was bad. And I am of the opinion that it doesn't matter that they got They got shorted a season, and they didn't know that till about like halfway through the planning stage of season 3. So they had to like combine season 3 and 4 into one season, and you could tell that they had to do that. Um, it's a nightmare of pacing. It sucks. He's tall. Anyway, here are my tall horses. Uh, you could tell that they had to do that, and they didn't do a very good job. Meh. Um, but I don't even think with extra time that would have been better. You know, like I think it was such a bad writing decision that there was no fixing it. There was no. If you gave us a whole season to build up to it, I would have been just as angry. It would have been just as bad. It would have been just as hot garbo. It is what it is. It is what it is. Anyway. Here's Jim and Ominous ponies. They're from 1,000 years ago. There's a way to put more girls in a thing without this. Agreed. Agreed. And I love Webby. Webby was one of the best characters on that show, and they did her dirty. They made her girlfriend keep calling her sister, which was weird. Yeah, there was no way to fix that. It was always going to be bad. Again, I guess nobody cares about the spoiler. They made it so that Webigail is a clone of Scrooge McDuck, which I guess trans Scrooge canon. Sure, I will take that. I guess, but it was just weird. It was just weird, besties. And there was no way to build that up to make it make like narrative. It was just not narratively interesting. And the worst part is they seem to think it was. Oh, that's a bummer. Yeah, they seem to think it was like an interesting idea, and I was like, no, this was like the dumbest idea you had. There was no amount of build up to that would have made that less stupid. And now that the show's been over for a while, a lot more people are like talking about how bad of a writing choice that was, which makes me feel better. Because at the beginning, it didn't seem like anyone really gave a shit. Also, hello, beloved, Laura from work. Or actually, Laura from home this week. You're on vacation. You're on vacation now. I'm drawing Acquisitions Incorporated as horses. Because of who I am as a person. Because of who I am as a person. Jim's a unicorn, obviously. Obviously. And Omen is just a earth pony. Oh yeah, listen, we all know who they are. It's not hard to figure out. Let's draw a walnut real quick. I think it could be fine if the rest of the story wasn't about how family is something you choose. Agreed. Agreed. And maybe they would have figured out more of that. Maybe they would have done better with it with more time, but I don't know. I think it still would have been bad. I also resent that they kept, like, reminding you, like, not reminding you, they kept, like, trying to push the whole Lena and Webby are, like, sisters kind of thing. When, like, no, those are lesbians. Those are lesbians, bestie. Oh, I can't remember what hippogriffs look like as My Little Ponies. Give me a second. I forget what they look like. Yeah, they do have little feather ears. I'm not crazy. Like, if the core themes were something else, then it would have been interesting. Yeah. If they had more time to spend on the different kinds of families, it would have made more sense. Also, I don't know. I really thought they were going to do a spin-off of Darkwing Duck, and I'm still mad they haven't. And now it sounds like the weird one that Seth Rogen was involved in was canceled? Question mark? But I don't know. There was a pretty big Darkwing Duck cameo at the very tail end of the. If you haven't watched the stupid Rescue Rangers movie, you don't have to. It was dumb and bad. But it did have a cameo from Darkwing Duck at the end, like in the credits, and to me that says they're still planning to do something with Darkwing Duck. And I want them to. I exclusively bad things about the Rescue Rangers movie. That's because it was bad. That's because it was a nightmare film that sucked and was unfun to watch. I watched all of it. was not a good time for me. And I love stupid shit. They just wanted to make Who Framed Roger Rabbit but bad. That is exactly what they did. It was just it was literally just Who Framed Roger Rabbit, but like, what if it sucked? And like, Muppets were there, but they couldn't use real Muppets. They can only use like the concept of a Muppet, but they couldn't use like the Swedish Chef. They just had to like make up a new Muppet. It was weird. It was bad. It was bad. All the cameos in the world wouldn't make it good. But they sure tried. They tried all the cameos in the world. I don't know how they got away with the ugly Sonic thing. Did you know that, like, Laura from work, I did know that, because of who I am as a person. He was constantly still seeing, like, cartoon characters everywhere he went for, like, years. Which makes sense, because he spent, like, 8 or 9 months staring at nothing and imagining things being there. Oh, did the creators know? I don't know. I don't know. Lonely Island can't make a new Muppet, not with 1,000 Years. Yeah. They clearly didn't know that the live action lead had to live in Toontown. Yeah. That was such a good movie. Who Framed Roger was such a good movie. I think all the time about, so if you don't know this, there was supposed to be a sequel to Roger Rabbit, or like a prequel actually, that took place during World War II. I guess it would have been a sequel. Maybe it was World War One. It was probably World War One, so that they could avoid Nazis. I don't think they were going to deal with Nazis, but maybe, I don't know. You would have to look it up. Yeah, it was called Toon Platoon. I think it was the Nazis actually. I think it was World War Two. And it was just gonna be like about the Toons going to war, like being drafted into like World War Two. I know the guy who wrote the book legit changed his own canon because the movie was better. Yeah. The movie is so good. The book is not bad, I will say. As someone who's read the original book, it's pretty good. Like, it's just different. It's just different. The original Who Framed Roger Rabbit book is interesting. It's Who Censored Roger Rabbit, not Who Framed. Because he's a comic book character in the novel. He's not a... Yeah, they fuck up some Nazis, or sometimes they are Nazis. Usually only the Disney ones. The Warner Bros. Ones exclusively fucked up Nazis. They didn't really be Nazis. Like, there's no Daffy Duck cartoon where he's a Nazi. There is a Donald Duck cartoon where Donald Duck is a Nazi. And it's not subtle. I just don't like the face, I don't think. Kermit the Frog also fucked up Nazis. Did he? I don't remember that. I'll take your word for it. He would. He would. It's a dream, but we did get him to therapy of like, oh, what look this other thing. Yeah, it was a dream. I will say, he was only a Nazi in his dream. But we didn't know that until the end. I went through 11 and a half minutes of a world where Donald Duck was a Nazi. Can I say Nazi on Twitch? Am I gonna get, like, banned? Am I gonna get in trouble? He just had a prolonged dream about it. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if I'm allowed to say Nazi as much as I've been saying it. I don't know. Doesn't matter, I guess. I don't try to monetize on YouTube when I put things on YouTube, so they'll probably leave me alone. They'll probably leave me alone. Yeah, the only person Kermit ever shot, he was dressed as Indiana Jones. Oh, right, I do remember that. Yeah. Yeah, it's not that I forget that... It's not that I forget that Indiana Jones fought Nazis. It's that I forget until I watch the movie. And then I'm like, oh shit, that's right, the bad guys were Nazis. Like, it's not that I forget. It's just I do until I watch it, and then I'm like, oh shit, that's right. He exclusively deals with Nazis in most of his films. In Minecraft, there. All of this is in Minecraft. All of these things are happening in Minecraft. The Nazis are in Minecraft. That's true. That's also true. This is not a very good drawing of Walnut, but Walnut's a hippogriff. in the pony AU because of who I am as a person. And Cathris is Changeling, which if you've never seen My Little Pony Changelings, they're not the kind of changelings you're thinking of. I'm going to show you a picture real quick because they're really cute. They're not really cute. They're actually really gross. They're weird little bug guys. I'm going to show you a picture. They look like this. They're bug horses with holes in their legs. An LP, is a Pegasus more cool than a unicorn, or is that backwards? So in the old school My Little Pony, like the old school, like Gen 1, Gen 2, I think you could argue that being a Pegasus might be cooler because flying is a lot more useful, and they didn't do a lot of interesting stuff with magic. Like, magic was basically just basic telekinesis in the original My Little Pony. Like, you couldn't really do anything with it. No one was really, like, casting spells. In Gen 4 and beyond, though, they do cast spells. However, Gen 4 established that there is no hierarchy because there is magic unique to Pegasi and there's magic unique to Earth ponies. So, sorry, I have to talk about MLP lore for just a second. I promise I'm almost done. So, the sun and the moon has to be raised by unicorns. So, time doesn't pass unless unicorns decide it does. Yeah. And the weather doesn't happen in Equestria unless Pegasi make it. Pegasi handle like the clouds and bring up water to the clouds to make rain, and they make all the snowflakes. So all weather in Equestria is scheduled by Pegasus. The Pegasi control the weather. But here's the trade-off. Pegasi and unicorns can't grow food. They can't make plants grow on the scale that like Earth ponies can because of the Earth pony connection to the Earth. Rainbow Dash can make clouds. Mostly they kick clouds. Yeah, so Twilight Sparkle is different because she's a princess. Princesses have access to all kinds of magic. And a princess is just an alicorn. They're not called pegacorns, they're called alicorns. There's 4 of them, well, there's 5 of them in Equestria. There is Celestia, Luna, who raise the sun and the moon, respectively. Yep, an alicorn. And then there's Princess Cadence, who originally was not supposed to be an alicorn, but Hasbro was like, we need another princess toy. So she became an alicorn for the show, even though that was not in her original design. And then Twilight becomes a princess eventually. She like earns the right to be a princess, which is implied that's how everyone becomes a princess. Like, you can't just be born a princess. Except, plot twist, Cadence has a baby with Twilight's brother. They're married. It's fine. It's in Willock. They have a baby, and the baby is also an alicorn, which is the first alicorn that's ever been born like that. MLP lore is a nightmare. It's a nightmare place. And Generation 5 has added another alicorn, and I forget her fucking name, but she's evil, and I'm so delighted by it. So no Kingdom Hearts for MLP. No, you could absolutely do Kingdom Hearts in MLP. Absolutely. No princesses. No, there's at minimum 5 princesses. There are 5 princesses in My Little Pony as of right now. And there's always the chance you could earn your place as a princess. But it seems like maybe you have to be a unicorn to earn it. So we never find out, like, why... No, they're not born with it. They're not born with it. Princesses have to be earned. So Celestia, Luna, and Twilight were all unicorns who became princesses. Cadence was a Pegasus who became a princess. We don't know how that fucking works. And then Cadence gave birth to an alicorn. And that's the first time. It's a nightmare. MLP lore is a nightmare. It's a nightmare place. But yeah. Oh, and they're never queens. They're always princesses. Except for Queen Chrysalis, who I will show you real quick. Who is the queen of the Changelings. She's the only, like, queen that's ever, like, acknowledged. No, there's another queen that's acknowledged, but she's, like, the most important one. She's a bad guy. She rules. And she's a horse bug slash hive mother. She's so cool looking. I love her. She's also got wings on a horn. So is she an alicorn? Question mark? But then so do all of her guys. All of her guys also have horns and wings, but they don't seem to have magic. They are never except. Yeah. So yeah, they have horns, but there's no magic with these horns. She has magic on this horn though, but she also has wings. So is she an alicorn? Question mark. Unclear. Unclear. Yeah, they're basically vestigial horns. Sorry, I didn't mean to erase them. But the changelings are really cool. So here's the nice thing about bug horses. They have a secondary form. So sorry, I have to talk about bug horses for just a second. I promise. They're really cute though. So the bug horses feed off the concept of love. They eat love. So they like turn into a pony that like gains a lot of love and like absorbs the love that people have for that pony. Listen, just go with it for right now. Eventually they learn to like create their own love and friendship, and they transform. They go through like a transformation process and they become cute, and they're not nearly as cool. I don't like them as much. I think they were better when they were evil. Now they're just kind of weird. They become other bugs. They become like beetle-like, but they still have like a bug wing as a tail. I don't like that. Like before, they kind of had that before, but it wasn't like super obvious. It was a bug wing. That's just a bug wing as their tail. Like that's just a wing. It's gross. I don't like it. There's a lot of choices on the changelings I don't like. But yeah. They look funky. They're cute. They're fine. They're fine. Of all the MLP, like, other races, they're kind of weird. Whoa. That, I did not mean to go there. Don't open that. I was trying to go to Twitter, I guess. One of my favorite MLP, like, random species that they invent are, let me find a good picture of it. Are the Kirin, who are really cute. Let me copy that. The Kirin are like dragon horses. So they have kind of like a wispy little tail, and they have a big ass horn, and they have kind of like scales on their back and extra fluffy stuff. Kirin are really cool. I like them a lot. I don't know what they're really based on, but they turn into, when they're pissed off, they turn into Nyrix, which is just Kirin backwards, because of course it is. And they get real pissed. They get real pissed off sometimes, and they turn into these guys. And that's dope as hell. That goes hard as shit. I love them. Yeah, they got fur and scales. They're more like pangolins, I guess, is kind of the vibe. I like them. It's one of the best MLP episodes. Kirin is actually a mythical figure. It's a mermaid horse dragon. Yeah. Potpourri that turned into incense. Yeah, they're really cool. They're in a single episode. MLP also has yaks that I think are important to talk about next. The yaks are really good. They're not magical in any way. They're just good. That's the yaks. They're very cool. They're very Scandinavian. They have like a very a Viking vibe. So they have lots of gold on they have lots of decoration on their horns, and they're very large and they're a little bit rough. Yeah, so really the only species that has magic are the ponies. Which, very strange. It is what it is. They're the only ones who can do unicorn magic. There's other kinds of naturalistic magic that exists. Oh, it's also important to know zebras are not ponies. There is a zebra in My Little Pony. She is not considered a pony. She's considered a different species. Her name is Zakora, and she is, for the most part, a pretty cool character. She's a little insensitive. She speaks in rhymes. exclusively, which is sure. I love Zakora, but sometimes you just kind of have to acknowledge that this could have been handled better. This could have been handled better. They replaced Sakura in. So we have G4 and then G4.5, which is the same characters and in the same timeline, but like it has a different style. The style's worse. They replaced Sakura outright with a white unicorn, which bothers me deeply. They provide the exact same role in the universe, and it sucks. Yeah, it's some exoticism. That's the way to put it. She was originally supposed to speak like legitimate Swahili, but the people who were making My Little Pony couldn't afford to hire someone to do that translation for them because they did not have a budget for season one. So instead, she just rhymes all the time. And they kind of go into more zebra lore eventually, in the comics specifically. Yeah, listen, I know a lot about My Little Pony. Uh, it's a lot. It's a lot. Um, and there's also one more creature that we have to talk about, because he's the worst slash the best, and he's not the only one of his kind. There is more than one of these guys. This is Discord. As you can see, he's multiple creatures. He also doesn't look like he was drawn by the people who draw My Little Pony, because he was designed by Craig McCracken. Because Craig McCracken's wife invented the My Little Pony G4 series. And she was like, hey, I'm having a hard time designing this fucking character. And he was like, let me do it. And then he designed this fucking Powerpuff Girls villain-looking guy to be on the pony show. And that's why he looks like that. That's why he is so distinct and different from everybody else. Yeah, of course he was fucking designed by Craig McCracken. Yes. I'm so delighted by it. He is voiced by Q from Star Trek. And he is just Q from Star Trek's Persona. My Little Pony begged the question, like, what if Q from Star Trek was just a weird furry guy who was like an antelope and a dragon and a pony, and he had wings and he had a snake tail and an eagle claw. No, he's just got the one hand gesture. This is the updated version. This is 2.0. This is 2.0. I can switch back to 1.0 if you want. This is 1.0. And this is 2.0. This is the new version. But he's all big and wiggly. Yeah, I do talk a lot with my hands. I talk a lot with my hands, so I wanted him to have a little bit of hand movement. He's great, I just did not get it, yeah. All I know about Discord is that it's voiced by John Delancey, and yes, that is pitch perfect casting. He is. And he doesn't like the fan base at all, but he does like Discord as a character. He is apparently a nightmare of a person. He hates going to pony conventions, but he keeps doing it because he loves money. Oh no, I hate getting Amber Alerts. I can never do anything. They just make me anxious. Listen, I didn't even get into like the worst part of MLP lore vid. There's so much more. There's so much more. Like Star Swirl the Bearded and the pillars of friendship and the elements of harmony. There's so much. I know so much about My Little Pony, and all of it is a nightmare. But yeah, those are basically the most important creatures, except for hippogriffs, which I can grab a real picture of those real quick. Well, I didn't type in MLP after that, so I got real hippogriffs, which are cool as hell. Hippogriffs are cool as hell. One, because they actually have a queen. They're the only pony-related species that get a queen. This is Queen Novo. There is one centaur, but I'll show you him real quick. He's not a centaur the way you think of it. He is a centaur, though. He is evil, and he sucks. Let me see if I can find a better picture of him. There he is. So he is a centaur. There he is. But he's also Pony Satan. It's really important that you know that he's Pony Satan. This is the Pony Devil. He is inherently evil. He has no redeeming qualities. He cannot be reformed. This is the devil. There is a pony centaur. His name is Lord Tyrek. He can steal magic from other creatures. He is hot. He has a very hot voice too. He could steal magic from other creatures, specifically ponies, because they're the only ones who really have an inherent magic. He is Pony Asmodeus. Um, he steals magic, and he could steal it from unicorns first, and then he steals it from Pegasus, so Pegasus can't fly anymore or control the weather. And then he steals it from Earth ponies, who just kind of get sleepy. You can't change him. He cannot be changed. He cannot be changed. He sucks so bad. He is the Pony Devil. He gets sent to Pony Hell, which they call Tartarus in My Little Pony World. But it is Pony Hell. It is objectively Pony Hell. It is guarded by Cerberus. It is objectively Pony Hell. But yeah, he's Pony Satan. He escapes from Pony Hell. He steals all the magic in the world, and then him and Twilight have a really action-packed fight scene, where she gives up her magic to save her friends, including Discord, who had betrayed them. He managed to escape because Discord helped him, or I can't remember. I can't remember why he escaped. Is Cerberus a dog or a dog horse? It's just a dog with 3 heads. It's just a regular Cerberus. It's just a regular, everyday Cerberus. He's very big, though. He is a large puppy dog. Fluttershy tames him once and takes him back to Pony Hell. So what else about Lyra-Tiric? He tricks a little girl into becoming evil. So I'm going to talk to you about Cozy Glow real quick, because she drives me insane as a concept. So there are a lot of villains on My Little Pony. BRB commissioning a horse soda so I can animate into Monteroing into Pony Hell. Yes. So there are a lot of villains in My Little Pony. Discord's like the first big one. And then after that it's Starlight Glimmer, who I'll show you real quick. I love Starlight Glimmer. I'll look up her evil version specifically, because she has like a different cutie mark and vibe. Starlight Glimmer is great. That's all you really need to know about Starlight Glimmer. This is Starlight Glimmer. She eventually becomes a good guy. Just trust me on that. She starts off leading an evil pony cult that takes away their cutie marks and their special talents so everyone can be equal. But it turns out she was lying. She actually has her special talent. She just uses makeup to cover up her cutie mark. She has trauma, and they reform her. It's fine. Discord also gets he gets reformed also. He just becomes their friend. Even though he is the concept of like chaotic evil embodiment, he becomes a good guy. Just roll with it. Don't worry about it. Tiric is Pony Satan. There's no redeeming him. The only other character who is not allowed a redemption arc is Queen Chrysalis, because she was offered it and said no. She was like, no, I don't want to do that. Fuck that, actually. And you know what? I love that for her. She's going to be petty till the day she dies, and I think that's very funny. So she was offered a redemption arc, which is very key here. The only other pony character who was not offered a redemption arc is Cozy Glow. And if you're looking at her and thinking, she looks very small, that's because she's like 6 years old. This is a child. This is a child. This is an infant. This is a baby. This is a little pony. She's Little Gideon. Yes, only Little Gideon did eventually get a redemption arc, if you'll recall correctly. She's more like Darla Dimple. She's evil. And she gets absolutely no redemption arc. You know what her fate is? First she gets sent to Pony Hell. Pony Hell. Literally, next to Tiric. Her and Tiric are on the same level of Pony Hell. She gets put in a cage directly next to him in Pony Hell. Because of course she fucking does. And then, at the very end of the series, My Little Pony spoilers, I guess, if anyone cares, her, Tiric, and Queen Chrysalis get turned into stone forever. A living prison where they are still constantly aware of what's going around them, but they can't move or speak. That's because she's evil. That's why. Pony Hell isn't even free range. Dang. Pony Hell is better than turning to stone. Being turned to stone is worse. She did try to steal all magic in the world. I will give them credit. She did try to eliminate the concept of magic so that no ponies had it, so that everyone was equal, so that she could rise the ranks and become the leader. Um, she definitely sucks, but it drives me insane that this literal child gets absolutely no redemption arc. That's an infant. I cannot stress to you that she is not even the most evil pony. The most evil thing ever done on the show is probably Lord Tyrek, but it's also very important to know that after Starlight had her cult, where she tricked a bunch of people and stole their magic, she also invented time travel to change Twilight's past so that she could fuck with Twilight's future. Because she was like, fuck Twilight specifically. Fuck this bitch. I'm going to ruin your life. I'm going to make it so you don't get the special cutie mark connection that all your friends have. And that ruins the future in like a multitude of different ways. That little arc was actually really good. In my humble opinion. It was actually really fun and a good time. But yeah, she does multiple atrocities, but it doesn't matter because she's cute. And also, she's a lesbian. She's great. There's another pony that also is evil that gets a redemption arc, but she's only from Equestria Girls. So I'll show you what she looks like as a horse first, because that's a version of her. So this character is a horse, sometimes. She's a horse when she's in the horse world. But then she was like, fuck the horse world specifically. Celestia is not teaching me magic fast enough. So she ran away through the magic mirror that takes her to the human world. Let me see if I can find a better picture of her. That's like actually well done. Where is... I need a screen cap. Come on. I'm only getting like weird fan art. Or like double... Where... this is so annoying. I guess here's a fan art piece. No, I want when she's evil. There we go. I found a good one. I found one. Oh. So she lives in the human world, and she is Twilight's girlfriend, you are correct. She lives in the human world, and she looks like this all the time, and she is slowly learning about magic, but she also almost brought the end of the world, and then was intended to end the pony world as well. There's mirror universe shit in My Little Pony. There's a lot happening. It happens so much all the time. Anyway, that was my really bad TED Talk about My Little Pony lore. I'm sorry it was confusing. That's not my fault. They answer a lot of questions nobody asked, and then they tell you things that are facts and are like, can we get any information about why that might be true? And they're like, no, don't worry about it. And it's like, okay, bye, I guess. We still don't really know why the elements of harmony work. They're just magic. They're just magic stones. It's fine. Oh, and they exist in both universes. Because of course they do. Thank you for this information. I had lots of questions I did not know that I had that were answered by this information. Yeah, but you're also going to have a lot more questions as a result of some of this information. I kept mentioning the elements of harmony. It's very important to know the elements of harmony are both an actual item, like a physical item, like a gemstone, and also like ponies. So Twilight and her friends are all like the living embodiments of the elements of harmony. So Applejack is the element of honesty because she can't tell a lie. Haha. Rainbow Dash is the element of loyalty because she's loyal. Even though, and I will say this, and everyone agrees with me, and everyone knows this is true, their things should be switched. Their things should be objectively fucking switched. Applejack should be loyalty, and Rainbow Dash should be honesty, but I don't get to make the decisions. Fluttershy is kindness, because she's very kind and generous and caring and has a lot of empathy. Rarity is generosity, because they want to like go against like the mean girl vibe that artsy girls might have. So she's very generous with her time and her energy and like her abilities. Pinkie Pie is laughter, which seems a little bit different compared to the other ones in my humble opinion, but whatever. It's the concept of laughter. And then Twilight brings it all together as the element of magic. And that's the elements of harmony. Did I forget one? I might have forgotten one. I don't think I forgot one. Yeah, so it's rarity. Yeah, no, I'm good. I got them all. Magic is kind of a nebulous concept. It is what it is. Laughter is not kind or generous. Yeah, laughter it's something else. So that's the elements of harmony, and so they are all the living embodiments of the elements of harmony, but they're also like real objects that have like unique powers. And I don't know, it's stupid. They don't really explain what they are. They kind of give you like a backstory for how they came to be, but they're dumb. It's dumb. Don't worry about it. They're just like the Infinity Stones, basically. That's basically what they are. They came to life from a tree that was magic. Yeah, you're used to this with Acquisitions Incorporated, but this is the first time with LP, and it's impressive. I'm not even that good at it because I don't read the comics, so there's a lot of other things I don't know. Like, there's another. I showed you Discord. He is a species. He's called a Draconequus, which is like a Draco and Equus, so he's a dragon horse, even though he's a lot of other creatures. There's more than one. Um, Dracon. There's like another Draconequus. I forget her fucking name. I think it's. I, 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 there's a girl one, but she's only in the comics. Can't remember her name. And I'm getting a lot of like fan made ones, and I know these are not who I'm looking for. Comics, maybe? Yeah, I found her, but I don't see her name. Cosmos, I guess it might be. But there's another one. The MLP comics go hard, I just haven't read them all. So this is the other Draconequus. I think she's from a different timeline or a different universe, maybe? But she has the same kind of magic that Discord has, but she's evil. And I think they used to date? Question mark? I don't know. I don't know. It doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. Uh, they're both very old ancient beings who are like above morality. They don't have any sense of morality. So eventually, Discord becomes a good guy. He gets reformed because he becomes best friends with Fluttershy, which is very cute, and I like it a lot. And also, I like that decision, even though a lot of people don't, because a lot of the show obviously it's for children. It's for 6-year-olds. So it's a lot of like learning life lessons and like learning to share and learning to talk about your feelings, etc., etc., etc. Eventually, the main characters get too fucking good at that shit, so they have to like put those problems onto other characters. And that's part of what Discord's so useful as like a narrative foil for, because he has no fucking idea about friendship. So he does like the most bonkers fucking shit, and he sucks. He's so like awkward and jealous, and he like hurts his friends because they're not paying enough attention to him. Or he'll like cause problems on purpose, which is kind of nice because like it lets them show lessons that they otherwise wouldn't be able to show because none of the other characters have problems like that. So I like that. I like when they reformed Discord. Also, I just think he's funny. I think it's okay for characters to be dumb and funny. Not every episode shows like a moral, for the record. A lot of episodes don't bother because it also has to be an entertaining show. Go try to draw my guy. Um, but yeah, a lot of the episodes do have a moral, and that's part of what makes Discord shine, because he shows up, he gets redeemed, but he's not good at it right away. He actually sucks at it. So he needs to be taught like very specific lessons. There's an episode where he pretends to be sick because he really wants like the attention of like he wants to prove that his friends care about him and will take care of him when he needs them. So he like pretends that he needs them in this manner, and it causes problems on purpose, and he has to be told that that's not good. Listen, I really like My Little Pony. I don't know. I thought that was a pretty good episode. Because that's the kind of bullshit a kid would do, you know? Pretending to be sick just to prove that your mom and dad will take care of you. That's the kind of exact bullshit that a child, or even like a teenager, would do. Or, let's be frank, I've met some adults who lied about their situations in order to gain sympathy. And that's the kind of thing. That's the kind of storytelling that season like 3 onward kind of tackles. The storylines get a lot more nuanced later on. Also, the music is all bangers. If you've never listened to My Little Pony music, all of it slaps. It's all bops, start to finish. I think I'm due for My Little Pony rewatch again. I have it all downloaded so I don't have to watch it on a streaming service. Because there's really no legal way to buy all of My Little Pony, like on DVD or anything, because they just don't have it. But yeah. I know a lot about My Little Pony. It's one of those things. It's one of those things. Acquisitions Incorporated, My Little Pony, and probably Pokemon to some extent. I think everybody knows like a lot about Pokemon, so that's not impressive. And there's like definitely people who know way more about My Little Pony than I do. Nobody knows more about Acquisitions Incorporated than I do. That is my area of expertise. Not the C Team specifically, but like actual Acquisitions Incorporated. There's definitely people who know more about C Team. Since Jovi started rewatching it, there are some things I forgot happened. And it's like, oh shit, that's right. So that's the extent of memory I have about C Team. I think after this doodle, I'll wrap up. It's been about 3 hours. I'm getting kind of hungry. I need, not breakfast, I guess dinner? Lunch? I don't know. I'm nocturnal at the moment. Which is why I started streaming so late. It's like 2 in the morning here. I'm glad there's people who are out there who know about C-Team. Agreed. We had going on an attempt to make the wiki like really good, and then just kind of fizzled out. One, because I can't really add to it. I just don't know enough about C-Team. Especially not like in the order of operations it went. There's a whole arc I skipped on accident. I wish they would stop trying to Fraser crane me on Twitter, though. You are correct. Yeah, like, just be cool. Just be cool. Let you enjoy the thing that you're watching all the way through. You don't need to be told, like, it's gonna get real good soon. Like, you know it's gonna get real good. It's a good show that's stuck with people for years and years. Alright. I don't think this doodle's gonna go anywhere, but here's a guy. Here's my guy. Maybe I'll turn just like the head part into an icon. It's already good. It's already good. It's so good. But I can't spoil it for you because I'm stupid and I can't remember what happens or when, so I just can't talk about anything. Like there's things that have happened that you've tweeted about or showed about. Yeah, those memories of hashtag C-Team spoilers. I was pretty good at using that hashtag, at least in my opinion. Other people weren't. Just do what I do. Watch the C-Team badges, wait significant periods of time between badges, and then forget everything you watched. That's what I do. Or I start thinking about like, hey, I should rewatch the C-Team, and then I rewatch upper management stuff first. And then that becomes my life again for the next couple weeks. It has been a delight, Jovi. I am so glad that you're going through it. I knew you would like Cathris, I just didn't know you'd like them this much. Yeah, it's so delightful that new people are still watching it. It's such a good show. I really wish they would just put it on reruns on the channel. I don't really know the logistics of that, but I would watch it with other people. Like, I would hop into a random episode and just see, like, for that week. If they reran, like, 2 episodes a week, it would only take, like, maybe a year and a half, 2 years. Just fill up a slot. I would rewatch the C-Team that way. Sometimes I pop in and I watch, so Pokemon's official Twitch channel, it's just, like, gradually going through all of Pokemon. Like, the dub, obviously, not the actual Pokemon anime, like the Japanese version of the dub. So sometimes I'll pop in for like 2 hours and I'll watch like 3 or 4 episodes in a row. I think that's fun. That's a fun time. I like doing stuff like that in a group. But if they wanted to do that with C-Team, I would show up. I would show up for sure. I don't know if everyone would show up. But I don't know. I'm not in charge of the Twitch channel. I don't get to decide what they do with it. I just think it should be at reruns, because reruns are how you get people to watch stuff. Nobody's like watching fucking Critical Role season 1 because they want to. They're doing it because they liked season 2 or 3 and they watched that and now they're going back. Ronomancy with C-Team is real, and yet you should be in charge. No, could not be in charge. I am lazy. I just want to enjoy it. I don't want to be in charge. I don't want to be in charge of it. I want them to just keep making it for me to enjoy. That's all. That's too much responsibility. Being in charge? No. Absolutely not. I'm just the alpha fan of upper management. I'm not watching Critical Role on purpose. They can keep that. Agreed. I'm also not watching Critical Role on purpose. I just don't like Matt Mercer, which we established a couple times now. I just don't like him as a DM, which I think is going to make Critical Role difficult no matter what season they're doing. He is always there. Not always. They do like mini-series where he's not the DM, but I don't really want to watch those either because I don't care that much. There's that's the really big problem with Critical Role. Like, we just gotta talk about that real quick. There's like 8 people at that table. That's too many fucking people. I'm DMing a game with 5 people. I still think that's a nightmare. That's so many people. It would be so much easier if there was just one last person. I don't regret it because I like everybody, and I think it really makes for like interesting combat, especially. I can really throw things at you guys that might be a little bit hard otherwise. But there's like 5 of you, so you kind of spread it out. There is so much Critical Role. I will never watch Critical Role. It's too much. 8 people makes me think that is finale time. Agreed. As a person who ran a 2 PC game for years, 7 is way too many players. Agreed. 4, I think, is probably like the perfect amount. At least as a viewer. It might be okay as like in a group. I like the team null is 5 people because like, oh shit, most teams have 4. What's gonna happen? Yeah, I like the 5 people because you guys got a tank, you got a healer, you got a couple long range options, and then you got you don't really have a like an upfront DPS. You guys don't have like a secondary bruiser. Like an artificer is also a wizard basically. So that's really the only thing you're missing. You're missing like a rogue. And even then, Lux is kind of rogue-ish. She has very rogue tendencies. It's a pretty good drawing. It's a little bit boring, but pretty good. So yeah, I think 5 is okay. As someone who runs tables with A+ regularly, please help me. Yeah, that's too many. That's too many. I think I could do it for like a one-shot. If I had like 4 or 5 hours to spend with like 8 people, I could probably do that. But if I have to balance that many storylines, because everyone's getting their own storyline in Team Null. Spoilers, I guess. You're going to get individual character arcs. Our artificer is a bartificer and is wearing so many hats. Yeah. Artificer is still just an artificer. I've told her if she wants to multi-class, she is more than willing to. I'm more than willing to accommodate that. Because artificers like have a cap on how useful they are. That ends after a point. Like they're really useful early game, and then they just don't really grow as much as other classes. Is my understanding. They just like hit a plateau very, very early. So if she wants to multi-class into something else, like a bard or like a wizard or something, or a barbarian. I heard barbarians really work well for that. She is more than willing. I'm more than willing to accommodate that. Or if anyone wants to multi-class, I'm perfectly fine with that. I am more about if you want it to be narratively, that's what I want for you. I'm never going to punish you because you want to do something interestingly in a narrative section. I know Meatloaf doesn't want her to become a barbarian, but can you imagine? Can you imagine Hexus as a barbarian? She's so small. Can you imagine that little goblin, that little creature? Can you imagine it? Narrative multiclassing is very interesting. Yes. Like I have Delaney who heard the end of her storyline. She kind of basically narratively multiclassed into a warlock / barbarian. She really basically was still a barbarian, but like flavor-wise, she was kind of both. But it had like druid vibes, so I think that's interesting. I think that's more interesting than just being one thing. Because she is from a like a race of servitors, which is are centaurs who are deer. That's like a real thing. Who are all druids, and she was the only one who wasn't a druid. Um, so she made a deal with a yeah. You feeded her some warlock druid stuff, and it ruled. It was very narratively very interesting. Um, but she basically made a deal with a fey creature called the Promise to get access to druid slash warlock stuff. I'm currently playing a Palificer in a game and I'm enjoying things. Palificer sounds interesting. I want to play a Paladin eventually. I do want to play a Paladin eventually. I thought briefly about making Can Opener a Paladin, but I just don't think she'd be interested in that element of it. I just don't think she would. She would go for like a god magic, you know. Just don't think she would. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, anyway, I think I am done for the night, cats and kids. My wrist is starting to hurt. I am getting so hungry. I need to make food. We got a lot done. We finished VTuber 2.0. Look at him there. He's bouncing around. He's very cute. I'm so excited. So Sad Ranger was uninteresting when I first started when I started my first long campaign character. I had a multi-class into fighter since a plain old ranger sucked. I drew you ponies I'm dying to share. Oh shit, I'm so excited. So excited to see horses. Let me switch to chatting real quick. There we go. Oh, he looks so much better on this one. He looks really good. I'm excited about it. Yeah. Anyway. What was I saying? Yeah, I've never played a ranger. My understanding is they don't have... They're like very jack of all trades, but they're not like terribly skilled in any of them. Like they could do a lot of different things, but they just aren't like the best at anything, you know? I don't know. I think they are narratively more interesting than they are mechanically. Much clearer in the Steam screen, yeah. Well, I was happy to do it. I will see you all Monday for sure, which is tomorrow. I haven't set up my schedule. It's going to be Stardew Valley. I don't know what time yet. It seems like later in the evening is working a lot better for other people. So it might start at like closer to 9 versus like the 6 I've been starting at lately. Because West Coast people, I forgot they existed. So, but they're real and they come to my streams. And I would like to accommodate them a little bit more. Anyway, thank you all so much for coming. Thank you for keeping me working. I finished things very quickly. I will see you tomorrow, potentially. Alright, good night. Bye-bye. Love you all. Kiss, kiss.